an attempt to survive. One way to fund the other's closest wish. But that dream will never live in reality.
Wow, that doesn't look very right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. There we go. Gotten rid of it, gotten sorted. Welcome, everybody. As I just get the webcam sorted out, make sure there's no Discord chats in the background. My name is Hayes, and I am bringing you the final match of the Telkom vs Gaming Masters Season 5 of the Championship Elimination bracket. There were 16 teams that started off in this bracket. 3 teams have reached the next stage. There's only 1 spot left, and that spot is going to be contested between Sinister5 and Energy Esports, 2 of South Africa's best teams in Counter-Strike at the moment. They both are absolutely fire in the server for different reasons. I don't really need to introduce either of the teams, but I'm just going to go over the names just to remind everybody who we have in store tonight. So from Energy's side, it's going to be Destroyed, Tianki, Lich Lord, Panda, and of course Mango to finish off the roster. Tons of firepower in this team, led by Panda, who actually played in Australia for quite a period as well. Learned a lot over there, which he's been instilling in this team. Lich Lord and Tianki, the 2 pillars in this team as well. Tianki's really elevated his game, and I've been really enjoying him watching play lately. Certainly somebody to keep an eye on tonight. And then moving on to Sinister5, made up by the legends Deviant, Zero Chance, and Elusive, 3 of South Africa's most experienced players, and then they've got the firepower of Lately and Slayer in the mix as well. So those are the 2 rosters tonight. Of course, the Sinister5 have got a wealth of experience on their team. They have got everything they need to deal with tonight's match in the way of knowing what to expect, but the firepower is going to be their biggest challenge to overcome. It's going to be the most difficult thing for them to contend with tonight, because if the likes of Mango and Destroy are popping off, they're some of South Africa's best players. So that's pretty much how tonight looks. Let's see how it's going to be playing out. I'm going to be solo casting for the first map, guys. Nick has got some other casting obligations. Of course, this game got moved because of the revised matches that happened on Sunday. So he already had plans that he had to sort out, but he'll be back for the second map, I think. Anyway, so let's talk about the event as a whole. We've come a long way if you think about it. Started all the way back in August, early August, if I'm not mistaken. Might have even been the end of July. And we started off with the group stage of the Telkom vs Gaming Masters Season 5, and that group stage was born off of the teams that had qualified through Masters and before. But I just realized though that I shouldn't get too far ahead of myself though, because I actually have an interview that I'd like to be playing for you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and play the interview, and then I can talk about the logistics of the tournament a little bit later on. So I'm just literally going to jump straight in. I did a really cool interview with Panda earlier. He had a few things to say, so I'm going to play that interview for you guys, and you guys can hear what he thought about their run in the group stage, what he had to say about their matches in this bracket, and what their goals for the event as a whole were. Enjoy. Panda, you guys had a pretty solid run through the group stage. You ended up placing second in your group, which is probably where you guys were content with. I wouldn't say like over the moon, but second was probably the bare minimum expectation. How do you guys feel about your performance looking back? Second was probably the bare minimum expectation.
I feel like we could have done a bit better. We got the draw off with Goliath, but we dropped 2 maps, I think, to XD and to DNMK maybe.
Yeah,
so should have been cleaner from us, but yeah, ended off same place. I think we would have actually, I don't know if by round difference we would have finished first if we got those, but can't really change what happened. But
yeah, that's true.
Not bad.
I mean, yeah, round difference could have come in the conversation, but like you said, it didn't really change anything too drastically. We'll talk about the next stage now, but you guys got off to a nice start. You beat all the opposition you were sort of expected to beat. You beat them quite cleanly with the 2-0s, and then when it came up to against Goliath, you lost the first map quite convincingly. I remember we actually cast this game on Inferno, and then you guys came out swinging on Nuke, and you gave them a bit of a taste as well, so you split the spoils there. After you drew with Goliath, were you guys thinking like, okay, top of the group now is definitely a realistic prospect?
Yeah, like I said, it all just depended on how the other games went and round difference and stuff, so we didn't really know what was going to happen, but we knew we should have beaten the other teams 2-0 as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Ended up drawing to Dynamic and XD. Yeah, like you said, probably could have beaten them both. That game against XD was actually really close, 16-13, 16-14 as you split it. But anyway, you guys ended up in second in the group, so I mean, still in a very comfortable position heading into the second stage. You got seeded against Online Kingdom, which is definitely a team that you guys favor yourselves against. You beat them fairly competently, 16-7, 16-8. A few words
Yeah.
on that game.
I think after drawing to them in uh, Mzansi or Nodwin, we like just decided we're not gonna take anything lightly that like against them, because they are like the kind of team that can just explode, and if Sheer goes off or Falls go off, it's like kind of hard to deal with them. So we just made sure to fix our mistakes and just make sure we play together. We don't need to overcomplicate anything against them, and just everything went smoothly, to be honest. Actually winning a lot of like rounds that we should have won, and we weren't losing rounds that we shouldn't have. So
Got
it
you.
was really good.
Stock
Yeah,
standard performance, nice and slick. Because yeah, I'm
yeah,
glad you touched on that. I completely agree with you. Online Kingdom are that formidable team who are just like lurking outside that top four, top five, and like if you don't give them the respect they deserve, they definitely can bite you. So yeah, you guys had a nice
yeah,
clean win there. Then you went up against ATK in the winner bracket round two, and
yeah.
that was one of your quicker games you guys have had so far. I mean ATK got the better of you, 16-4, 16-6. What was the mentality going into that game and then after that game? Like more so, did you guys expect to be competitive, more competitive in that match than you were, or were there other mitigating factors?
I think we expected to do a lot better. I feel like on first map Nuke, we had a lot of like beginning round success. We just couldn't like close off, or we couldn't get to like our after plants, or
Got you.
we can complete our objective. Well, we can complete the end round objectives, I should say. But when it went to the second map, also like, oh sorry, Nuke was the second map, I think. So first map was Vertigo. We don't really practice Vertigo that much, and we kind of expected it to rather go to the three map series.
Okay.
We weren't going to be able to ban out Vertigo and HK's other strong maps, so
Yeah.
we did expect if we wanted to win, it would have to be a 2-1. But yeah, they're really good at the moment, and they don't make many mistakes, and they're always firing. So
And something that you
uh,
touched on as well, like how you got into good positions in the first map, but you weren't necessarily able to convert that to round wins. I think that's something ATK are really good at. Like they've got that firepower to bail themselves out of like 3v5 situations and like unfavorable positions. So you can never take anything for granted in your matches against them, right? Like
yeah,
even when you're in that advantageous position, you still have to be like super disciplined and get across the line. Otherwise, they always have that hope. So it's really tough.
yeah, you can't make the same mistakes. Like your mistakes seem a lot smaller against other teams when you play against ATK. Like, okay, well, those small little mistakes is what costs you the round. Then you have
Yeah,
to eco, and then
get
etc.
punished.
etc. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, cool. Well, I
you need
mean,
to minimize that.
100%. Wasn't the end of the road though. After you guys lost to ATK, got dropped down into the lower bracket, where you found yourselves, or where you do now. You haven't played a game yet in the lower bracket. You find yourselves
Yeah.
against Sinister5. So one hurdle between yourselves and the final stage, Comic Con Online. It's Sinister5 that stands between you guys and that final hurdle. What do you guys make of tonight's matchup?
Um, our past results have been pretty good against Sinister 5, but I think the biggest thing is you can never underestimate them. They're
Yeah,
all really good. Obviously, Deviant and Elusive being like the two that you actually really have to watch out for. Deviant at any time can just like pop off
yeah,
and the game becomes so hard, as well as Ruan. And then you're not even factoring in Lately or Slayer or Zero Chance even sometimes can have just crazy games.
yeah,
Um, I think with Sin 5 is their only downfall as a team is that they just don't practice enough. They don't have like as many options as some of the top teams, but
yeah.
individually they make like incredibly good decisions. Um, but yeah, what they lack in is definitely just that like if something isn't working for them, they start to make like on the fly calls, which are still really good, but you need everyone to sort of understand what's going on, and you need systems, and that comes with a lot of practice. So
Exactly.
you obviously can't underestimate them. Like I have a lot of respect for all the players in there.
Okay.
Like I think when I was starting to play CS:GO, still like in my young times, I always looked up to Elusive. So I'll yeah, we know that it's going to be a tough game going in there. It always feels like a mental fist fight against Sin5 because of Elusive.
Yeah.
So yeah, just no underestimate, just do what we need to do, and we're pretty confident. Like, but anything can happen, so just
Yeah.
got to go play a good game of CS:GO.
I mean, Elusive is sort of that like that one player in South African CS where it's like if his name is on the opposition team, there's all it doesn't matter who else he's surrounded by. It's just if his name's on the team sheet, you need to just have a certain level of respect going into the game. So I mean, heck, Sinister5 are the only team to actually beat ATK in an official over the past few months in that best of one on train, and that kind of speaks volumes into how he can read opposition and figure out ways to counter them. So couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
And I think the first step is respecting them and not going in over your heads into this game. So you guys already have the right mentality there. And which leads me to my next question: what were your guys' goals and expectations coming into this event as a whole?
I think for us, we spoke about it as a team before all the big events started,
Yeah,
and we came to the conclusion that we look a lot more long term than probably other teams because we understand this year is not the greatest in terms of no lands, and that does take it takes a knock on your team's mentality,
yeah,
and
for sure.
anything can happen in online games. I mean, we could have been knocked out by Online Kingdom and then go into loser bracket and lose if
Yeah,
they had a good game. Like we can't be too hard on ourselves if we don't reach our little mini goals. But in terms of like the upcoming tournaments, we're not going to be playing if we don't want to win the whole thing, you know?
yeah.
So everyone's got the same mentality that we're going to try our best to win.
Okay,
And if not, we're going to learn something and we'll win tomorrow, kind of thing.
awesome.
So obviously, that gives you the answer. We want to beat
Yeah.
Sin5, we want to beat the NMK, we want to beat possibly Goliath. If 8K keep playing the way they do, then yeah, we want to go all the way through the low bracket and we want to win the finals.
Awesome. I love it, man. Shoot
It's
for the stars and end up somewhere amongst the moon or whatever the saying goes, something along those lines.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like that a lot. I think that's great, man. I mean, hey, you guys have got the energy shirt on, so I mean that gives you like plus ten points in tournament
It's
experience.
been done before, man. Lower
Yeah,
bracket run.
that's exactly it, right? I mean, this is a position you found yourself in before, Mr. Collar. I mean, back in 2018, you were in the booth. You guys had done it. In 2019, they did it again with the energy team. And here you are, you're sitting in the
What's
hot
up,
seat
everybody?
again,
Sorry
you
to
have a
cut the
chance
interview
to make
slightly
it a
short there,
three-peat.
but unfortunately, we did not have a choice because these guys are getting on with the game. We're cracking straight into it. We're on Nukia. This is Sinister5's map pick, and they have got the man advantage in the pistol round as they take control of the A bomb site, denying energy a chance at planting the bomb. And I need to get the game sound on. There we go. Game sound on. Match on the screens, man. I just can't get that timing right. Unlike Elusive, he gets the timing perfect there as he takes down Tianki. So, I'm just going to make sure nothing's burning down in the background. It looks like everything's going smoothly, guys. If you could just let me know about how the volume is. That's going to be way too loud, my guy. That's more like it. That's more like it. Now I can actually hear myself think. Welcome, everybody, as we jump into the game here on Nuke. This is the lower bracket round 4 matchup between Sinister5 and Energy Esports. The winner secures themselves a spot at Comic-Con. The loser falls at the final hurdle and nothing to show for it as Energy burst onto the safe bomb site. It's the force buy, and my god, there's just a flurry of frags as they take full control, but Elusive answers back with the double of his own, and we're straight back into this game as Elusive look to continue, get the job done. Oh my god, Deviant flies up from heaven and he gets a frag as well. What just happened? It all unraveled so quickly. It seemed like Energy had got the job done. They found the 3 entries, they had the control, but they fumbled on the site. And they get taken down from heaven. I need a second to catch my breath because this game has gone from 0 to 100 in literally 2 rounds. Dom is the best player South Africa never had. Let's just put that out there. Let's just put that out there. I just want to go on a tangent. I was talking to Carlo earlier. Oh, speaking of Carlo, nice shot there, bud. And I was saying that if I was building like my all-time best CSGO South African team, excluding Sonic, JT, and obviously Coach TC, I think Dom would be the first player that I would select in my roster. Panda, stop it. South Africans and the Deegs, man. Name a more iconic duo. Seriously, there's just some nutty Deagle players in South African CS. Dallas, it is a solo cast for now, but Nick hopefully will be joining me sometime throughout the evening. He just had some other plans that he had to see to, so hopefully he'll be joining me soon. Just the full eco here for Energy. Remember, this is Sinister5's map pick, but Energy love it themselves a nuke as well. In fact, there's quite a stack in maps here. Quite an overlap between these two teams, with Nuke being the opening map, a strength of both of these teams. We then move into Train as the second map, again a strength of both of these teams. I think it's Energy's best map, but Sinister5 are no slouches on Train. And then we head into Overpass as our third and final map. So like, I think these teams are feeling super comfortable with this map pool. Nobody's going to be left in any awkward positions in the series. And that's exactly what you want, right? When these two teams are going toe to toe for such an important prize, you want them to be in their comfort zone, so that they can play to their best of their ability. No excuses. Guys, share this link far and wide. Let's get as many people watching this game as we can right now. This is such an important match between these two teams. They've been fighting for months from the beginning of the year through 3 legs of online Counter-Strike to get to this point. One more match sees them qualify for Comic-Con Online, sees them reach the final stage of this entire year. Lose this match, and that's the end of the road. Slayer with an angle through the smoke. He's got a slight gap and he's able to spray down 2 of them. This is the gun round for Energy, and they've gone to their bread and butter, which is just straight up the wall of smokes outside in the first gun round, and then they just cross and they try and instill that doubt into the CT side. They want to force rotations, then they can use the wall of smokes later in the half, and then they push into mouth from outside. So it's all about just shifting up and changing the approach. Elusive has outside on lockdown, which is being lowered to level 1 on the 1st of October, for those of you who didn't hear, but I'm pretty sure everybody did. Otherwise you are living under some sort of a rock. Can confirm. How do Energy engineer themselves away into this round? Lichlord with a nice shot there onto Slayer does make things a bit easier, as he can now make his way out of the squeaky door. But where are Energy going to be finishing this round? There's still 2 players in the B bomb side, while Lichlord resides in squeaky door. He's just trying to lurk his way forward and then create a chance for his teammates to get onto the bomb site. But Elusive, he gets the lineup with the AWP, and he gets all 3 players with just 2 bullets. My God, Ruon. What a pleasure to witness this man at the top of his game. And I mean, hey, when he's hitting shots, it certainly does look like the old Elusive. Maybe he doesn't do it as consistently as he used to, but he still has that ability to reach those heights, or at least damn near close to them. Good start here for Sinister5 on their map pick as they go up 4-0. So Elusive clearly feeling things on the AWP at the moment. And tonight he's already picked up 9 kills, and quite a few of those have been with the big green gun. He adds another one to his tally as he reaches double digits, and he's not done either, as they just continue to offer themselves up on a silver platter to the man who's doing all the damage. Not much getting done here in the eco round by Energy. They're going to be able to find a second kill at least. Not a bad result. Doing some economic damage. I mean, when the CT side gets control of the economy on this map, it is an absolute nightmare as the T side to try to break back into the game, because you have to win consecutive rounds on the T side, and that's just not something that you normally see happening on this map. However, Energy are solid. They're solid on Nuke. They've got Nuke down. It's definitely one of their better maps. So still early days, but this gun round's of fairly large magnitude for Energy, I would say. Second gun round of the map, lose the 6-0, eco 7-0, and that's where things can start to look a little bit more awkward than they could feel in the server. Like, even though you're still feeling like you're warming up to the occasion, when you look up to the top of the screen and you see 7-0, it does does make things look like they're a bit worse than they might actually be, as Elusive finds another frag. Destroyed can't get across in time. That smoke dissipates and leaves him in the open. But Energy have been able to get 3 players down into Secret, and there's only 1 in response here from Sinister5, and Tianki will be taking down Zero Chance. This has actually opened things up towards the B bomb site. There's a response coming through from Ramp. That's Deviant making his way. But still, they know that there must be a lurk towards the squeaky door, and it's Lichlord who is tasked with that lurk. He's able to get 1, but we're over in the B-bomb side right now following Deviant as he tries to lock things down. Elusive gets spotted out. He tried to force the issue. Didn't want to wait for his teammate. Rather wanted to see if he could find a pick before the bomb went down, but ends up gifting his life up. So that means that Lately's left in the 1v3. I'm not sure if he really needs to go for this either. He could look for some exit frags, but outside of that, no need to force the issue. So I can take an opportunity to get a breath now. Big week of Counter-Strike, guys, with this match tonight. Then there's the Middle State ROG Soldiers of Fortune event happening this weekend. Next weekend is Comic-Con. My word. So I hope you guys have got your next 2 weekends, the calendar's cleared out, because there's going to be some fantastic CS on display. 150,000 Rand prize pool this weekend, and then a mammoth 210,000 Rand prize pool the following weekend. So there are huge tournaments happening over the next few weeks. And the Counter-Strike will be entertaining. That I can guarantee at a bare minimum. It's going to be straight fire, in fact. Entertaining is a gross misunderstatement. So Energy achieved the objective of winning that gun round. Oh, how they would love to win the follow-up round here as well, so that they could do damage to Sinister5's economy and actually force them into that eco territory. Destroyed, going to be looking for the entries as he comes through mouth. He catches Slayer off guard and he takes down Lately as well. Zero Chance. He is actually able to stand tall. He finds a double kill, surely not anything more. Finally, he does go down as the trade comes through, but damage has been done, and he's left his team in a potentially winnable situation here. You can see the pincer coming through from Ramp as Elusive pushes forward with his AWP. All in the meanwhile, Deviant is also trying to activate as he comes up the vents. He's able to find 1, but Elusive can't land the all-important shot on Tianki. And Energy, by the skin of their teeth, secure their 2nd consecutive round. So that is going to be forcing Sinister5 onto the save, giving Energy a bit of breathing room. Now they should make it 5-3. Really important to not get overly affected by the 5-0 scoreline when you're in a game. When you're down 5-0, it doesn't really matter if it's on the T or the CT side, but often teams start overreacting when it reaches that point. 5-0 is definitely not a point to start to get concerned at all. As Destroyed hears Slayer tick to the fire, so he knows he must be in the smoke. I'm surprised that Energy decide to use this wall of smokes against the pistols. Oh, nice shot there from Zero Chance. Often the pistols get to use the smokes to their advantage as they sort of just dice their way through the smokes, looking to get behind players. Energy have been able to deal with it fairly well in this round, though, as it is the 3v1 right now. Whoever wins this game will play against Dynamic on the 26th in the lower bracket semi-final. Lower bracket semi-final. The winners bracket final will be played on the 24th of September. That's between ATK and Goliath, the Battle of the Titans. Literally, the 2 biggest teams in South Africa. Going head to head in the winners bracket. And that's going to be a bit of an aperitif for what the grand final might be, as it generally has been throughout the South African landscape, or Counter-Strike landscape, over the past few months, where ATK and Goliath tend to face each other in the upper bracket final and then again in the grand final. Comfortably the top 2 teams, as ATK are first and Goliath second. Energy have generally been considered the 3rd best team in South Africa, with Dynamic and Sinister5 the 2 teams that sort of make up those 4th and 5th positions. So either way, we're going to be having 4 of South Africa's best 5 teams. I'm actually keen to hear what you guys have to think about that in chat. What do you guys think? Who's the better team between Dynamic and Sinister5? and I'm speaking from like a ranking point of view, like who, because it's sort of like that ATK, Goliath, Energy top 3, and then Sinister5 and Dynamic for 4th and 5th. What do you guys think the order is between those two teams? I'd be keen to hear your thoughts as we get back into a gun round. Yeah, Sinister5 with more than enough money to afford the buy, and Elusive going to be opening things up with his AWP again, being very dynamic on the CT side, just chopping and changing his positioning. Now he looks for that squeaky peak as PND or Panda, as he's now changed back to the OG name. Although the OG name was actually Super Saiyan Panda. Dan, if you're still in chat, props to you, bro. You know that name goes back a while, man. Super Saiyan Panda. The wind howls here on Nuke as the dust starts to settle, and Energy try and find their way into this round. Destroyed retrieves the bomb back in spawn. What have they got to work with? It looks like the only thing they really have going for them right now is the fact that Mango has pushed all the way up through Secrets, and now he's in control room, but he's just not going to be expecting Deviant on the angle there behind the silo. Way too easy for him to get that kill. And look at Elusive. Look at how far forward he's pushing. He knows he can't scope in because that'll give his position away. So he plays the patient game and he's able to take down Destroyed. That drops the bomb as well. Now it's just Tianki left in the clutch. It's a 1v5, but he gets traded out immediately after he finds the first kill. Sinister5 back to winning ways here on Nuke. As I said, this is their map pick. This is Sinister5's map pick. We're going to be heading to Train next. Sinister5 are solid on Train. I'm not sure if it's like one of their best maps, but I mean, they beat ATK on it, right? So that's got to be something to go off of. It was just a best of one. But, yeah, like I said earlier, this map pool favors both of these teams. Nuke, Train, and Overpass. All 3 of these maps play to the strengths of these 2 teams this evening. And that's exactly what you want when these teams are fighting for their lives. I am reading chat, bro. I'll get back to the conversation when there's a bit of a lull in play, because there's been absolute fire on the server in the past few rounds. These gun rounds have been swinging back and forth as Energy try work their way into the A bomb side, trading frags back and forth, but Elusive playing on the edge of the smoke is going to be able to find one. They're spraying bullets, looking to try and take him down, but somehow he's actually been able to dance his way into Hut. Deviant has also pushed up heaven, and he's going to catch them off guard. The double spray down comes through for him, and Energy have had no luck on this A bomb side in the past few rounds. Sinister5 have got it under lock and key. So it seems like the general consensus is fairly split. I mean, Sinister5, a couple people mentioning, most people mentioning Sinister5. I think Dynamic have got like a lot more potential than what they've been showing over the past few weeks. They just need a bit more time to work into that as we see Energy looking to get aggressive into the say bomb side, pushing through smokes, but they're met by a hail of bullets once again. Lately with the triple kill, looking to add one more to his tally. He will go down, but the damage has been done. And Lich Lord is not going to be long for this world either, as Sinister5 find their 8th round. So most people actually ranking Sinister5 ahead of Dynamic. That's interesting, because Dynamic have actually beaten them in their past few head-to-head matches. Stream shouldn't be too laggy. I'm watching it at the moment on my second screen, and it seems like it's running perfectly fine. If anybody else would mind just letting me know if it's laggy for them as well. Another important buy round here for Energy is they have got AKs in their hands, and they've got their wall of smokes once again, just making their way down towards Secrets. Stock standard default for them, but look at the positioning there from Slayer as he works his way around the smoke, nearly catches them off guard, but in the end he gets caught off. And Lich Lord, who's been playing the lurk role inside for most of the time, has now repositioned himself at the bottom of Silo. I like this change up as well, because before Sinister5 were retaking the B bomb site, they were looking to find the lurker, so he was becoming fairly ineffective playing from Squeaky and Hut. Now looking to just make sure nobody's going to be backstabbing his teammates in secret, but Sinister5 have all the information right now. They've pushed through Hut, they've pushed through Lobby, And they've got full control, so they know what's coming. They're going to be fully prepared towards this B bomb site. There are numbers right there right now for Sin5 as Energy start making their way down and looking for the frags. Lately, he gets forced out by the fire. He's able to find a frag. Zero chance though, still rooted in the bomb site, looking to try and keep it under control as he finds a double kill. Vital double kill at that, because it leaves Elusive in a winnable situation. 1 versus 2, he takes down Panda, pounces and finds the kill. No trade on the table either, but now the question is, how does he approach it from here? Does he reposition altogether? Does he try and make it work from ramp still? Lichlord drops a smoke to give himself some cover. Elusive has all the time in the world right now. He doesn't actually have a kit, but I'm sure there's one in the site somewhere. There's a number of CT bodies that have littered the floor, but Lichlord just steps out from the side of the silo. Goes for the timing play. He doesn't want to sit back and wait. He decides to get proactive in the clutch, and he catches Elusive off guard. Big 1 versus 1 for Energy to win as well. Keeps him in the hunt here on their T side. Look at the purchase that Sinister5 have at their disposal right now. It's the automatic shotgunner for Mars. Not much util, no armor on Elusive, so this is pots and pans being thrown together here for them to try and get across the line. And this is actually could be the round where Energy make a really solid half of this, because if they can win this 8-5, 8-6 in the anti-eco, good chance of 8-7, and that looks a lot better than the 5-0 they started off with, but that's going to be hotly disputed by Elusive right now. He finds himself in secret, and he's just going to be continuing to fall off the angle as he just continues to get forced back, but somehow Tianki doesn't connect on the spray. That was a massive kill that went to begging. Now Energy have to reconsider their approach as they start making their way towards the A bomb site. Destroy Best Slayer once again, and that's going to be changing up the approach now for Energy as they switch things up. They go back up secret. They put the brake on things though, and look at Lichlord's repositioning here, though the timing doesn't work out for him. He's not going to realize that there is actually a CT in the squeaky door right now, but a huge frag comes through for Mango, and look at the patience paying off for Energy right now. That patience forces Sinister5 to start playing for some information, which has cost them their lives. Destroyed's gotten all the way up into heaven as well, so they bought time for him to get into position. He's been able to activate, and this has actually been a really nice T-side round coming out from Energy Esports, but the job is not done just yet. Very low HP on their 3 players who are still alive here as well, barely making up 50 health between the 3 of them. And Lately's going to go down with the auto shotguns. Elusive has no choice but to save his AWP, and that was such a nice round from Energy. So let's just talk about how that round played out. Energy end up going down secret once again, which has just been their standard default as it always is on Nuke, and they find the AWP of Elusive, who finds a pick and he gets back untraded. Energy, they don't force the issue, but they do still just use their flashes effectively to continue to get info. Tianki misses that all-important kill on Elusive as he's backtracking back down the stairs, but still, he's forced him back far enough, and he's forced Elusive to call for some support, who's actually been able to find some exit frags there, by the way. So he forces Elusive to call for support into the B bomb side, which disrupts the setup on the A site. Energy then immediately shift back up through secret towards A after Destroy gets that kill in mouth, because they realize the opportunity that presents itself. But here's the thing that really works out well for them. They don't just continue barreling into the A side. They actually pause, and they realize that they have time on their side, and they don't have to just continue forcing the issue. So they just sit and wait, which then forces Sinister5 in turn to start looking for some information and figuring out exactly what's going on. And they just walk into the angles that Energy are holding. So really nice mid-round decision making there from Energy as they make it 8-5. Lichlord pads the stats with a nice little spray transfer. And this half has certainly started to look a lot better now for Energy as they're about to make it 8-6. Alright guys, I'm not sure why the stream is so laggy. I'm just going to turn my net graph on so I can get a look at my FPS and see how that's looking. I mean, averaging around 130, 140, not bad. I'm not sure where the lag's coming in. Not dropping any frames on OBS. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I can see my FPS, it's not like great, around 100, it's, yeah, down to 80. That's the problem. I think it's my frames, and then like when there's nades and util and stuff, that's when it drops the most. So guys, this actually happened the other night as well, and pretty much the only solution was to restart my computer, because as you can see, the frames aren't great right now. I see some people saying it could be Twitch's side. So I'm not sure, guys. I'm sorry. Let's just figure it out. I'm going to give it a few minutes before I commit to the decision to restart my PC entirely. Which might be the solution. Alright, let me just continue with the cast then, as we have this vital round in the final round of the first half here. Can Energy make it 8-7, or are Sinister5 on track to secure the 9-6? Energy have already gotten themselves towards the B bomb site. This has been what's actually worked the best for them, trading their way onto the bomb site. They don't even have to trade this time, as Deviant goes down without finding a kill. And once again, it's the B bomb site that's yielding the success for Energy. The A bomb site's where they've actually struggled the most. And the retake is on the cards here for Sinister5 as they find themselves a man down, but they don't hard clear the vents, and that allows Lichdor to find a kill. Now they have to refocus their attention towards him. He finds a second on 0 chance. Lately at least able to trade it, but the 1 versus 3 seems like a massive task at hand, and he's going to go down to a nice shot from Tianki. Solid half from Energy. 8-7. I mean, all things considered, they were looking okay, but wasn't looking like it was going to be an 8-7 finish. Those 4 consecutive round wins at the end of the half definitely left them in a better position. Alright, cool. Well, I'm glad to see that it wasn't actually on my end that was causing the lag. So thanks for confirming that, guys. I really appreciate it. You know, just taking a bit of a stress off my shoulders. As we get back into the pistol round here, it's full armor across the board for Energy. Nobody with the kits, but Destroys, who hangs around for a second towards Ramp, is able to find a nice shot. Tianki couples it with the headshot of his own, although Destroy's been spotted out, so he gets taken down. And that means now that the B bomb site is up for grabs, as Sinister5 take affirmative control. But job's not done yet. Deviant, you can't commit to the plant without the door being covered. Panda just swings it out and absolutely destroys him. Elusive, though, covering the flank, was still able to find a kill. So it's still only the 1-man advantage here for Energy. So much time left on the clock. How does Sinister5 approach this? They want to force the issue towards the double doors. Elusive is actually able to find 2 taps. He knows that Panda's towards the door and he's going to take him down as well. Oh my god, Elusive. Somebody needs to put a stop to this man. He's got 26 kills and 7 deaths. He's double and he's at least double. Oh no, I didn't see lately at 14. He's at least double anybody on Energy at least. At least double. What a clutch for him to win. That puts Sinister5 in a much better position now on this T side. If Energy win that pistol and level things out at 8-8, they're in a very good position heading into the rest of this half. Now it's going to be an eco for them to contend with. That was not a pistol round that Energy should have lost. He just shat all over them. I'm sorry, there's literally no other way to put it. Like, he just destroyed them. And you could see there was the plan to open up the double doors with Lately. He said, we can't just sit here and get picked apart. We need to do something proactive. That was the call. So they both push double doors, swing it open. Yeah, Lately goes down without finding a kill, but he took the attention away from Elusive. He finds the 2 frags, and he knows that Panda wasn't one of those 2 kills, and he was the man who killed Deviant from single door. So by deduction, that's where the last player had to be. So great clutch from Elusive. I want to say rolling back the years, but he hasn't really stopped, has he? Looks like a Chad, but shoots like Zawu. Oh, jeez. The fragging IGL of our generation. Elusive, everybody. As Energy just look to be a bit of a nuisance right now. Panda's actually going to be able to find Slayer. They're just doing a bit of economic damage here.
trying to find a few kills before the bomb explodes. Tianki, he just runs in as well. He's like, hey guys, you know what's going on over here? I want to get in the action as well. Oh, alright, that's a bullet. 2 kills though, nonetheless, not a bad result for Energy, as they do a bit of chip damage to the economy. So Sinister5 not necessarily going to be running away with it just yet. This buy round though is going to be of massive importance if Energy are going to be getting back into this, or if they're going to have to make a comeback, because lose this 11-7, the eco 12-7, that's comeback territory. Whereas if they pick up this gun round 10-8, well, they're in a good position considering they're on the CT side and having just won a gun round. So lots at stake here right now for both of these teams. Wow, look at that early response from Tianki, dropping the smoke towards Secret. He is not risking it. Not at all sure how far they'd actually gotten already outside, so he drops that super early smoke, that nade. It's going to be, 5 seconds too early as well. But there are 4 players grouped up here for Sinister5 right now, while Deviant is on the lurk, and they're just going to be charging forward. The information comes through, but Tianki has got the molly. That's not going to be stopping though. They decide to charge through the molly. Support's coming through thick and fast though. Destroyed the first responders, able to take down one, and this is where it becomes a bit more awkward for Sinister5. This brute force approach hasn't actually gotten them into the bomb site just yet, but that's a big kill coming through for lately. That makes the B bomb side open for business. And how do Energy even approach this? All entries to the bomb site have been cut off. Dropping into the vent is Lichlord, and he gets taken down. That might actually spell the save for Energy. I'm not sure if they should commit to this right now. The flashes are raining in, and Destroyed's able to find one. Oh my god, he gets another! Mango also gets a pick, and now all of a sudden it's just Chance left. He's all by himself in the corner. They know exactly where he is. Panda has the molly. He doesn't even need to push him. He forces him out. No kit, but that's no problem. Energy have just enough time to get the 10-second defuse done. I was questioning that. I thought because all 3 players are coming from ramp, it could be really tough for them to retake, but they get those immediate 2 kills. They all stay alive as well in that immediate skirmish, and that's what actually gets them into a position where they can commit to the retake. Both Mango and Destroyed doing the Lord's work. And look at this kill distribution on Energy right now. All 5 players are between 13 and 10 kills. So that's a big deal. Because nobody's going like crazy, but everybody's chipping in. Everybody's doing what they can. On the opposite side, you can't really say the same for Sinister5. I mean, Elusive is 27-8. Everybody else, well, lately and Zero Chance in double digits, but not so much for the other 2 players as Sinister5 get aggressive towards ramp. This is their business. They just go for the 4-1s, if not the full 5-man pushes. This time it's towards the B bomb side, where Destroyed is being met by force. He's able to find a kill before he goes down. Nearly finds a second, but the trade was there. So again, Sinister5 find themselves in control of the B bomb side. Can Energy make this retake happen is the question. They did it in the previous round. They're going to be looking to make it happen here once again. Deviant taking the first point of contention. He goes down. Slayer, he meets the same fate as well, and Mango stands tall with the double kill. That was imperative that he went untraded, as it leaves Energy in such a good position right now. Panda coming through ramp will take down lately. Great decision making there. Great spacing between Mango and Tianki as well as they pushed forward. The trade was always available. There was a 3rd player there as well if Mango even did go down. The retakes are on point for Energy. They've been tested twice now on this half, and they've stood tall on both occasions. Guys, unfortunately, there's problems with Twitch. Apparently, if there is any lag on the stream, it's not coming from my end. I've just had a couple people say that that there is other issues on Twitch. You say clear cache. I mean, what command do you use to clear cache? Actually, I just normally do like the change res thing, but that's just a bit of a mission right now. I know you can do like record and stop record. Yo, Lord Farquaad, bro. I just see you're throwing all the shade, mate, but unfortunately there's not much I can do. So you can carry on saying as much as you like, but I can't change the situation, man. Unfortunately. I can restart my PC, but the frames are fine. Frames are fine right now. So if there are issues, it's coming from the server end. Sinister5 looking for the exec here as they set themselves up with the set play. Not showing any presence in the start of the round, just being super subtle in their approach. They don't want to be taking any early fights, and it looks like they're going to be trying to split onto the say bomb side. You can see they've got the wall of smokes outside, which they're actually going to be pushing through, trying to catch energy off guard. Very slow as they make their way forward. Mango catches one as the smoke dissipates. 1-4 in trade, not a bad result. How do Sinister5 use this even number situation though, now that they have control of outside? They can wrap up through heaven and try and pincer onto the A bomb site. Can try and go down into B, but they need to make a decision here. Time is getting away from them. Big kill coming through there from Slayer as he takes down Destroyed, and lately he's going to be catching Panda off as well. That makes the A bomb site primed and ready for the taking as they make their way up heaven. Two of the players with the bomb coming through Hut, but this could still unravel if Lichdor can get something done, but he goes down to lately as well. Not the best position for him, considering that he was vulnerable from heaven as well, because you're pretty much always going to go down there. I mean, you can maybe get one kill, but the trade is pretty much a guarantee at that point as well. So Sinister5 bring an end to that 3-round win streak for Energy and get a round back of their own. First blood going the way of Sinister5 here as they open things up towards outside, and this is where it becomes a bit of a nightmare for the CT side because there's just so many different avenues of entry into the bomb site that you need to be concerned about as Elusive reaches his 30 bomb in the 22nd round, by the way. Just going absolutely crazy. Just like Panda said in his interview, he's got the utmost respect for Elusive because of what he's capable of doing, but that's a big frag coming through for Panda because the bomb's now been dropped in Hut, and you can see the quick response from Energy to try and get it on lockdown, but Deviant and Slayer double peek and find 2 kills, but there's a quick flurry of frags that go the way of Energy as well, but Destroyed can't find that all-important shot onto Elusive, and Tianki coming around the corner looks to try and drop the bomb carrier, but Deviant with only 12 health will be able to get around the corner in time. And they have read the play here as Deviant is charging into the B bomb site with the bomb. Tianki's already dropped down the vents as well. He might actually be able to deny the plants if he opens up the doors in time. They're going to line up for him and he gets them both. They don't expect him to be so far already. And that's all because Tianki read the play immediately. As soon as he missed those shots on Deviant, he turned around, went through Squeaky, dropped down vent and got in position. All because of that immediate decision making that came through from him. He didn't try and see if they repeat. No, he just left, didn't second guess himself, and it won him the round. What a massive 1 versus 2 for Energy to win. My god, this half has been nail biting so far. These buy rounds in particular have just been absolute fire. What a clutch. Sinister5 are doing great though. They're getting them. It's just Energy keep on bailing themselves out time and time again. Sinister5, they keep getting themselves into these favorable positions, these 4v5s, getting control of bomb sites and losing it in the post plant. On the flip side, Energy, they keep managing to salvage the situation, but this is not something they can consistently rely on. They need to get themselves back into this. They need to find a way to just be more convincing on their CT side. And for starters, they need to be stop taking so many fights outside if they're only going to have one player playing that area of the map, because Sinister5, when they contest, they have at least 4 players there, so it's pretty much always going to be going the ways of the T's in that situation. So Energy need to make sure that they don't take any unnecessary fights. Rather just give up outside and go for the super passive approach. It is just the eco for Sinister5. Pistols across the board with some util to work with, so there's enough for them to try and work their way into the A-bomb site. Lichlord finds the double as Sinister5 try work their way into the A-bomb site.
And he finds another as well, just farming up the eco kills. By no fault of his own though, he just sat and waited. Yo guys, I don't mind the banter at all, by the way. I'm super chilled for banter. It's cool to see chat active, cool to see you guys enjoying the local game. I suppose I hope you're enjoying the game as well along with the banter, so totally no sweat off my back at all. Just wanted to clear the fact that I feel guilty when I see people saying the stream is lagging. That's all it boils down to, is me wanting to stop the stream from lagging, not having an issue with like it being pointed out or anything. Anyway, back into the game we go, and look at Panda making the plays, the IGL getting the job done himself, and he's going to be getting out alive, which is ever so important as well. Like a smooth criminal comes through the night and just flexes on Sinister5. What a play to make in the gun round as well. Such a vital round for Sinister5, and he just gets super aggressive. One of those plays you can only use 2 or 3 times in a half. The mowdown comes through from Destroyed. He picks up the triple. Oh my god, I was just checking things in the background, making sure everything's running smoothly, and he gets a triple kill. Sinister5 with 3 players making their way outside, looking to try and wrap on ramp and see if they can catch the CT off guard, but Energy were to the wiser. They were fully prepared and they mow them down. And now it's going to be another eco for Sinister5. Things starting to look precarious for them on their map pick here, Nuke, as they are behind by 2 rounds on the T side, which should be 3 after this one. Haven't had any success with the pistols yet on this map. Both teams have been clean in their anti-eco rounds. And remember guys, how important this game is for both of these teams right now. This match is the final match between them and reaching Comic-Con Online. Loser is eliminated at the final hurdle. The winner will be the 4th team to reach Comic-Con Online. Energy are the defending champions of Comic-Con Online. They're the only team to have a Comic-Con championship in their trophy cabinet. There have been 2 VS Gaming Masters Comic-Con events, 2018, 2019, and Energy won them both. In fact, it was the Energy Academy team that won the 2018 series. And funny enough, Panda, the IGL of this team, was a part of that team as well. Tianki wanted some anti-eco frags there as he just pushes through the smoke with the SMG and gets dished up a headshot. And I got word that my good friend Nick is set up at home. So we're going to be getting Nick into the server super soon, and that's going to make my life a little bit easier, having my co-caster here. I'm keen to get him on board, so let's get him up and running. Probably just going to be connecting for the second map though, I think, because things are really spicing up, and you can't throw a man in the deep end as things are as far as they are right now. He's going to have no idea how we've gotten to this point, and well, this point going to be heading in one of 2 directions. Either Energy are going to be closing this game out, because if Sinister5 loses, there's no money in the bank. So this should be Energy's to take if they can win this gun round. Sinister5 trying to climb back into this one, backs up against the wall. They've got all the experience in the world in this roster. They've been in these situations before, and they've gotten out of these situations before. Tianki with the nade again, going to be slightly too early. Sinister5 are very slow in their approach, and that molly is going to be too deep. That means that Sinister5 can get ahead of it and start charging on towards this B bomb side. There's going to be a response from Destroyed, who's actually had a fantastic CT side as he's already got 23 kills. Make that 24 as he adds another one to the tally. The AWP getting the work done as Destroyed's going to find a third kill on Seleki. Just repeat after repeat. He is destroying them single-handedly. Finally, the frag comes through for Slayer, but the job has been done. Slayer, though, making this interesting perhaps as he reduces it down to the 1 versus 3, but they know exactly where he is. He's going to get forced into the open. Panda sprays him down. Energy make it 15-11. They get themselves on map points on their opponent's map pick. We're going to be heading to Train after this. A map that we actually haven't seen too regularly throughout this entire event. It's been Nuke, it's been Inferno, it's been Overpass, it's been Dust. Even Mirage has been fairly scarce. Vertigo, of course, as well. But Train, a map that's normally quite popular in the South African scene, so it's more surprising we haven't seen that too often. Four versus 3 here as Sinister5 find themselves in control of ramp, but a man down. So not ideal. Remember, if they lose this round, they lose the map. Elusive with 31 kills. Groups up with his teammates here in lobby as they start making their way towards her, but they're met by the ferocious Lich Lord, who mows them down with the Krieg, a weapon I haven't seen too much recently, but still showing that it's fully capable of doing the damage when required. That is a bright light. Wow, I could do with some base just to cover up the the reflection coming through from my forehead. Anyway, guys, what a first map from Energy Esports. They were looking fairly sketchy in the early stages on their T side, but once they found their footing, it looked way more convincing. They got up to that 8-7 halftime scoreline. They lost that clutch against Elusive in the second pistol round, which must have been quite demoralizing. That was a 1v3 or a 2v3, but pretty much a 1v3 for Elusive. And they still didn't let that get to them. Once they got the weapons in their hands, they looked really solid. They were on points for the retake. They came through with some solid rounds where they were behind, and the clutches worked out in their favor. So Energy, in the end, they get across the line fairly easily. They secure a solid scoreline in their favor, and they set themselves up nicely heading onto their map pick, which is up next. It's going to be Train, and when I return, I'll have my co-caster as well. So I'm going to be taking a bit of a break here. Got an interview with Elusive, which I'll be looking to play in that break. And then I'll be seeing you guys once the guys return on Train. So see you guys in a bit. Alright, scratch that. Decided we're instead going to be going ahead with the interview that I had with Carlo again, because I realized not many people would have seen that. I played it just before the first map started. So, let's hear what Carlo from Energy had to say. Where you guys were content with, I wouldn't say like over the moon, but second was probably the bare minimum expectation. How do you guys feel about your performance looking back?
I feel like we could have done a bit better. We got the draw off with Goliath, but we dropped 2 maps, I think, to XD and to DNMK maybe. Yeah, so should have been cleaner from us, but yeah, ended off same place. I think we would have actually, I don't know if by round difference we would have finished first if we got those, but can't really change what happened. But
yeah, that's true.
Not bad.
I mean, yeah, round difference could have come in the conversation, but like you said, it didn't really change anything too drastically. We'll talk about the next stage now, but you guys got off to a nice start. You beat all the opposition you were sort of expected to beat. You beat them quite cleanly with the 2-0s, and then when it came up against Goliath, you lost the first map quite convincingly. I remember we actually cast this game on Inferno, and then you guys came out swinging on Nuke, and you gave them a bit of a taste as well, so you split the spoils there. After you drew with Goliath, were you guys thinking like, okay, top of the group now is definitely a realistic prospect?
Yeah, like I said, it all just depended on how the other games went and round difference and stuff. So we didn't really know what was going to happen, but we knew we knew we should have beaten the other teams 2-0 as well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Ended up drawing to Dynamic and XD. Yeah, like you said, probably could have beaten them both. That game against XD was actually really close, 16-13, 16-14 as you split it. But anyway, you guys ended up in second in the group, so I mean, still in a very comfortable position heading into the second stage. You got seeded against Online Kingdom, which is definitely a team that you guys favor yourselves against. You beat them fairly competently, 16-7, 16-8. A few words
yeah.
on that game.
I think after drawing to them in uh Umzanzi or Nodwin, we like just decided we're not gonna take anything lightly that like against them because they are like the kind of team that can just explode and if Sheer goes off or Falls go off, it's like kind of hard to deal with them. So we just made sure to fix our mistakes and just make sure we play together. We don't need to overcomplicate anything against them, and just everything went smoothly. To be honest, actually winning a lot of like rounds that we should have won, and we weren't losing rounds that we shouldn't have. So
Got
it
you.
was really good.
Stock
Yeah,
standard performance, nice and slick. Because yeah, I'm
yeah,
glad you touched on that. I completely agree with you. Online Kingdom are that formidable team who are just like lurking outside that top four, top five, and like if you don't give them the respect they deserve, they definitely can bite you. So yeah, you guys had a nice
yeah,
clean win there. Then you went up against ATK in the winner bracket round two, and
yeah.
that was one of your quicker games you guys have had so far. I mean ATK got the better of you 16-4, 16-6. What was the mentality going into that game and then after that game? Like more so, did you guys expect to be competitive, more competitive in that match than you were, or were there other mitigating factors?
I think we expected to do a lot better. I feel like on first map nuke we had a lot of like beginning round success. We just couldn't like close off, or we couldn't get to like our after plants, or
Got you.
we can complete our objective. We can complete the end round objectives, I should say. But when it went to the second map, also like, oh sorry, nuke was the second map, I think. So first map was Vertigo. We don't really practice Vertigo that much, and we kind of expected it to rather go to the three map series.
Okay.
We weren't going to be able to ban out Vertigo and ATK's other strong maps, so
Yeah.
we did expect if we wanted to win, it would have to be a 2-1. But yeah, they're really good at the moment, and they don't make many mistakes, and they're always firing. So
And something that you touched on as well, like how you got into good positions in the first map, but you weren't necessarily able to convert that to round wins. I think that's something ATK are really good at. Like they've got that firepower to bail themselves out of like 3v5 situations and like unfavorable positions. So you can never take anything for granted in your matches against them, right? Like
yeah,
even when you're in that advantageous position, you still have to be like super disciplined and get across the line. Otherwise, they always have that hope. So it's really tough.
yeah, you
Advantageous
can't make
position, you
the
still
same
have to be like
mistakes.
super disciplined
Like your mistakes
and
seem a
get
lot
across the
smaller
line.
against other
Otherwise, they'll always
teams
have that hope. So it's
when you
really
play
tough.
against ATK. Like, okay, well, those small little mistakes is what costs you the round. Then you have
Yeah,
to eco, and then
get
etc.
punished.
etc. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, cool. Well, I
you need
mean,
to minimize that.
100%. Wasn't the end of the road though. After you guys lost to ATK, got dropped down into the lower bracket, where you found yourselves, or where you do now. You haven't played a game yet in the lower bracket. You find yourselves
Yeah.
against Sinister5. So one hurdle between yourselves and the final stage, Comic Con Online. It's Sinister5 that stands between you guys and that final hurdle. What do you guys make of tonight's matchup?
Um, our past results have been pretty good against Sinister 5, but I think the biggest thing is you can never underestimate them. They're
Yeah,
all really good. Obviously, Deviant and Elusive being like the two that you actually really have to watch out for. Deviant at any time can just like pop off
yeah,
and the game becomes so hard, as well as Ruan. And then you're not even factoring in Lately or Slayer or Zero Chance even sometimes can have just crazy games.
yeah,
Um, I think with Sin 5 is their only downfall as a team is that they just don't practice enough. They don't have like as many options as some of the top teams, but
yeah.
individually they make like incredibly good decisions. Um, but yeah, what they lack in is definitely just that like, if something isn't working for them, they start to make like on the fly calls, which are still really good, but you need everyone to sort of understand what's going on, and you need systems, and that comes with a lot of practice.
Exactly.
So you obviously can't underestimate them. Like I have a lot of respect for all the players in there.
Okay.
Like I think when I was starting to play CS:GO, still like in my young times, I always looked up to Elusive. So I'll yeah, we know that it's going to be a tough game going in there. It always feels like a mental fist fight against Sin5 because of Elusive.
Yeah.
So yeah, just no underestimate. Just do what we need to do, and we're pretty confident. Like, but anything can happen. So just
Yeah.
got to go play a good game of CS:GO.
I mean, Elusive is sort of that like that one player in South African CS where it's like if his name is on the opposition team, there's it doesn't matter who else he's surrounded by. It's just if his name's on the team sheet, you need to just have a certain level of respect going into the game. So I mean, heck, Sinister5 are the only team to actually beat ATK in an official over the past few months in that best of one on train, and that kind of speaks volumes into how he can read opposition and figure out ways to counter them. So couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
And I think the first step is respecting them and not going in over your heads into this game. So you guys already have the right mentality there. And which leads me to my next question: what were your guys' goals and expectations coming into this event as a whole?
I think for us, we spoke about it as a team before all the big events started, and
Yeah.
we kind of came to the conclusion that we look a lot more long term than probably other teams, because we understand this year is not the greatest in
Hello everybody and welcome back to this Telkom VS Gaming match between Sinister5 and Energy Esports. It's the lower bracket round 4 match. Whoever loses is eliminated from the event. Winner qualifies for Comic-Con Online. Nick, I'm joined by you. Give the lovely people your voice.
It's about time. I mean, I'm just ready to jump into it. I mean, we saw Slayer's already just taken 2 people's heads off, and sorry for my late appearance. I mean, just got to warm up the throat, for first map. Was just chilling a bit, and then Lich Lord is going to tell me to shut up and cast the game, but it's lately a 0 chance left in a 2v2 against, okay, never mind, 2v1, they're just like that. It's Energy Esports picking up the pistol round, and Hayes, I wasn't able to catch map 1.
Man.
I did see it was Nuke, and
Yeah?
I did see that Energy did take it 16-11.
Yeah, well, Nick, you said you haven't had any opportunity to warm up. Let me tell you one thing. The players in the server right now are very warmed up. They're all looking really good. Elusive went crazy on Nuke, as you saw. Energy won, but Elusive dropped 30 in 22 rounds. He was just going crazy. Destroyed had an amazing second half as well, and Energy, they brought it home on the CT side. That was their map as well, a mistake I made during that first map. I thought that Sinister5 had picked Nuke, but it was actually Energy's map. We now find ourselves on Sinister5's map pick, and this is the map that they have to fight to try and keep themselves alive. Like I said, guys, everything to play for right now for both of these teams. Oh no, how's that not a backstab? How is that not a backstab? I don't understand.
Lake's too much of a rat for that to be a backstab, that's why. But I mean, for this round for Sinister5, I mean, the fact that they got a bomb plant after a full eco is pretty much a full victory in itself. Tianki drops Elusive, but I mean, I wasn't able to catch Nuke. But one thing I do know about Train is when you mention Train, you think of 3 teams in the South African scene: ATK, Energy, and Sinister5. I mean,
Yeah.
I think those are really the first 3 that jump to mind in terms of battling out for that top spot. So I think we saw a close game, or you guys saw a close game on Nuke 16-11, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same sort of story over here on Train.
Yeah, should be a fantastic encounter here between these two teams this evening. Both of the teams, as you said, strong on this map, and that's exactly what you want in a game as close as this, where so much is on the line. Sinister5 have got weapons in their hands for the first time on Train. They're just going to be starting things off with the fairly stock standard default, not taking any early fights.
I think one thing that will be interesting throughout this map, right, is how Slayer chooses, or I think Was Elusive main AWPing on
Yeah,
Nuke?
he was
Because
actually.
I heard a rumor that they've changed roles. I'm not sure
Okay.
if that's actually true, but to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure Elusive's now picked up the main AWP and Slayer's gone down to a more rifling role. So I think that's going to be interesting seeing the Elusive against Panda. That AWP to AWP
Yeah.
battle. I think that's definitely going to be something to look out for. Peeking Z, holding for that E-box cross, especially as a CT pop control, is something that Sinister5 pride themselves in, both on the CT and the T side. And the A main control is not going to go the way of Sinister5 this round. Deviant is going to get one, but Tianki is going to trade out Mango and gets himself an upgrade to an AK, but with the loss rather of his fallen teammate Mango. 4v4 mid round.
Yeah, and it seems like Sinister5 are actually going to be dropping down Pop and perhaps trying to go through into the A bomb site. Or they just want to get the map control so that they don't allow Energy any free information. Right now, Energy are split with 2 players on each bomb site. But as I say, that Panda actually repositions towards B. Remember, Energy started with far less superior weaponry than Sinister5 did in this round. Attack comes through from the scout. Lichlord and Panda both good for a kill apiece, but lately and Elusive chime in with a quick couple of kills, which gets them in an advantageous position. Bomb goes down, and it's Tianki left in the 1v2. He's got the
I'm
kits
pretty
as
sure
well.
they have a decent idea that Tianki's going to be flanking, right? I mean, he did drop Deviant over towards A main, so they're already going to be keeping this flank as a high possibility, and that's why lately has trained his eyes over onto A ramp. Tianki on 45 points of health. There's no real way he gets down from heaven without giving out a sound cue, or he just loses the round. But I think if you're Tianki, you probably save here. The bomb's about 25
Does
seconds
he go
gone.
for the ninja?
You do have a kit. I mean, he could go for the ninja.
Yeah,
he tried to.
He wanted the ninja.
Elusive just knows.
He's literally just like had his sights trained there the whole time. His crosshair was way too easy for him. Sinister5 get on the board.
Yeah, Sinister5 get on the board, and now it's just going to be upgraded pistols on the side of Energy. Of course, they did win the first 2 rounds, but life of a CT, right? If you don't win those rounds, clearly the 3rd round's going to come. And if you lose that 3rd round, then you're not going to have a good buy, and that's exactly what's happened. Panda's kept a little bit of extra money in the bank, same at Tianki, to buy up that AWP in the possible next buy round. And seeing how the double AWP activates on a map like Train is also something interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Those heaven picks that you can do over towards B, you can have that B anchor soloing, you can have an IV AWP and a Z AWP. So it's a very much an AWP-orientated map as a map like Train, but you can still activate the rifles quite respectively. And I think one thing to keep in mind is how Ivy control goes and how Pop Dog control goes, because Sinister5, they're definitely one of those teams where they pride themselves on Pop Dog control, both on CT and T side. You see often on CT, they're going to nade above Pop, do about 40 damage with a decent nade. And even on T side, you're going to see they're often going to drop the smoke and the molly and drop down after the molly fades, or double drop into Pop and ensure those trades go their way. But Pop is quite a pivotal role when it comes to splitting that A bomb site, having multiple duels to take over towards Bomb Train, over towards Sandwich. And I think Sinister5 is definitely a team which are categorically good at that sort of thing. But we're going to see what Energy Esports can do to counter that. Now, the score is 2-2, and I assume it is going to be another eco coming out from Energy. I mean, Destroyed's on 3.5, and so is Lichlord. So I assume it's going to be another eco, partial buy. And we're going to see Sinister5, they should get their first round up on Energy Esports over on Train. And as you said prior, I know you've said it multiple times, but the winner of this is pretty much top 4 in the country.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue a case that both of these teams are already top 4 in the country ranking-wise, but it gets you in the top 4 of the Telkom vs Gaming Masters event, and that's what matters the most, because there's money on the line. No one cares about hypothetical rankings. They care about seeing themselves nice and high on that ladder, Nick. Everybody knows that, right? So it's just a double
100%.
save right now for Energy, as they get flexed on the say bomb site. Sinister5 not at all worried about potentially pushing into a stack, and Deviant, he hears his teammate cry out as he gets Zeused. Oh man, that never gets old. And Lichlord is the one guy who does it regularly. I mean, props to him, he's never afraid of pulling out the old Zeus. However, Sinister5, they win the round. That's 3 consecutive rounds for them now. So they've got that buffer, Nick. They've got that economic buffer where if they lose a round, they're able to buy up in the next regardless. Energy, however, they've mustered everything they've got to purchase the weapons they have. AWP on Panda, rifles across the board, full util, everything they could hope for. They have.
100%, and I think Panda's definitely one of those AWPers where if he pops off on a map, you can't do anything against him, and that's just the first display of what he's capable of. A beautiful flick of it with 0 chance, and the man advantage already going the way of Energy Esports. And I think Panda on that NWP, him being activated over towards places like Ivy, over towards places like Z, is really going to be how the tail of the map goes. But Energy,
Yeah.
they already find themselves up with a 2-man advantage. Lately and Elusive, the young gun and the old bully, as he calls himself, Elusive. I didn't call him that. He
Yeah,
calls
you
himself
wouldn't
that.
dare, right?
I wouldn't dare say that.
Yeah.
You know, one of the most experienced players in South African scene. Obviously, we don't have to talk about his accomplishments and what he's done, but he's a force to be reckoned with, especially if he's popping
Absolutely.
off us. I mean, you got to witness it firsthand. Last map, 31 kills, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
oh,
Could have sworn he had the
Good
bravado
times, good
tags
times.
on, and it was 2016-17, man. Wouldn't have been able to tell the difference. As Sinister5 try and get their way into this A bomb site, both of the players making their way out of A main. Responses have come through from Energy, but they haven't got a full control of the site right now. In fact, they're scrambling to try and get some positional control, and all of a sudden a quick flurry of frags. Elusive is able to pick up another one between him and Lately. They have brute forced their way onto the say bomb site, but Lichlord is still in a position to close out the clutch. He takes down the first. He doesn't really lose his position, but that doesn't matter as he just swings out and takes him down. Easiest 1 versus 2. Big clutch there for Lichlord to win.
massive clutch, especially considering the circumstances of the round, right? You find yourself in a 2-man advantage. Ultimately, it's just mispositioning over towards the back of Red Train. 2 people are caught with their pants down. Sinister5 get the bomb plant. 1v2, Lichlord comes in clutch.
Yeah.
Energy post their third. It's even pickings, but that economy. Sinister5, they're going to be rolling in the cash if they win this round. The same can't be said about Energy going into next, but the AWP is on Panda.
Yeah, but that all comes down to the 4v2 that Energy had. If they'd won that cleanly, they'd be in a much better position now. But just because of that damage that was done, they have to bring an MP9 and 2 Famises to the table. So this is prime opportunity for Sinister5 to reset Energy's economy. And it looks like they want to try and get onto the A-bomb side. Slayer leads the charge. He finds the first 2 entries. And he continues on his excursion here in the A-bomb side. Elusive chimes in with one of his own. And Sinister5 taking commanding control right now. Destroyed scrambling, trying to get something done in return. But Slayer, he hasn't let go of W as he finds another frag.
Oh, Panda left in 1v3, turn 0v3, a 0 chance. Takes him out of the server. Now Energy, they in double the eco territory. If they've only got 1 round of lost bonus, 2 rounds of lost bonus rather, so there's only going to have to be 1 eco. But if they want that AWP out, Mango will have to save his cash. But it does look like Sinister5, they're looking good the first couple power rounds I've seen of them. Slayer, he's dropped the AWP. Elusive's going to take that up as the main AWP on Sinister5 side. But Slayer, he just runs out A main, gets a beautiful double entry kill. But Mango's going to try to turn things back. Oh, he's got a P250. You know what Mango can do with any gun in his hand is take someone's head off.
Yeah. He's going to be looking to do exactly that here once again. The drive-by, he picks up an AWP and he takes down Slayer while he steals your girl. No chill from Mango.
It's all the gymming, you know? It's all the gymming.
All in one motion. Swoops them all up. 2 versus 2 now as a result. And remember, this was just an eco round for Energy. So the fact that they've been able to get into this position in the first place is great for them. Done damage to Sinister5's economy. But because they're in this 2v2 now, they're not content with having just found 3 frags. They're going to want to win the round from this point. Mango has the AWP as well, so he's just got that ability. That just because he doesn't have armor doesn't mean he can't get any work done. While Panda's trying to reposition himself as well. You see, the one thing Energy do have going for them is that they're pretty much hard clearing the B bomb site right now. So they'll be able to commit to A after they realize that there aren't any T's in this area. And Sinister5 aren't in a hurry either. They're just shift walking up Ivy right now. So Energy realize the B bomb site's completely clear, and then it can now focus towards A. The question is, how are they going to go towards A? It looks like they're both going to be heading towards Pop. I think so, because once the bomb gets planted, they're just going to ring around the map entirely, Nick. Like 2 of the same charged magnets just coming towards one another, pushing each other away. Or do Energy commit to the setup? Nick, it seems like Mango might have the read right now. He's holding the angle with the AWP. So Energy are ready for this. Nice decision making from them. He's going to take the fight.
Oh, they're not.
He does the collab. He's only finds the kill on 1, but he brings Zero Chunks down to 17 health. He's just looking to find a bomb plant. And the round actually, I thought the round had ended before the plant came through, but it doesn't. However, Mango, with the quad kill in the eco round, wins the round for his team. And that collateral was tasty, Nick.
My days, that collateral was the dinner I never had, you know. Mango, he lines them up, knocks them down, 2 with the P250, 2 with the AWP. And as easy as you like, as soon as I was saying Sinister5 were getting a grip on the game, Energy Esports, they win pretty much a full eco. I mean, I think Tianki got to kill the USP, Mango with the P250, but it was pretty much a full eco, right? No arm on any
Yeah.
players, Zeus was on the counterpart, so 4-4. I know Sinister5's definitely not the team to let that get to their heads, but it's something that allows Energy to have a mainstay in this game, right? Like, if you win this round, this round currently,
Yeah.
your economy's in check. Sinister5 are looking themselves at a double eco, and you're looking at a possibly 6 or 7 rounds pretty much secured off the bat.
Yeah. Big round win for Energy. Big let off. How do Sinister5 answer? Yeah, look at the push coming through from Elusive. He looks for the spray transfer, but he just can't find the last bullets that needed to connect to find the kill on Tianki. Tianki gets the kill with 13 health left to his name, maintaining that one-man advantage for Energy, who have shown a lot of signs of looking to get active on their defense, making plays towards A main, flashing their way forward, retaking pop control. They're not afraid to do any of these, and look at the players. Tianki smokes off pop to try and bait out the fact that there aren't any CTs there, and maybe a T just calmly, slowly pushes down the ladder. Can happen all too often. However, Sinister5 are going to be grouping up towards the B bomb site, where only Lich Lord lies in wait right now. The flank, or rather the rotation is coming through from Tian at least. So there will be some extra support on this B bomb site, but Sinister5 have looked good on the entry so far. They drop down the ramp and they seem to find these kills quite quickly.
Lich Lord does have the molly, so it's a question as to where he's going to drop it. He drops it over towards ramp, he's going to reposition it towards Spindler, and they don't clear him, so he's good at least for one. He's almost good for the second, but Slayer, he's dropped down to the bomb site. Lich Lord is unaware of this. He's going to be ducking, weaving around the train, and a great readjustment from Lich Lord comes in, takes off Slayer's head, and Energy, they find themselves up 5-4, and looking to have a decent CT side. Obviously, no one needs an explanation as to train and the history of the map and how CT-sided it is. But if you're a good team on T side, you can punish a bad CT setup. So Energy, they're looking to post as many rounds on the board possible, as Sinister5 staring at an eco right in the face.
I mean, there was that stint when the Krieg around that the T side was like a lot easier on this map because you could just like literally Krieg through A main and Ivy. But ever since the Krieg's been nerfed, like it's gone back to a heavily favored CT sided map. PND has a job to do with the AVP, and he finds the first and the second on the repeat of absolute madman with no fear of anybody. He's the one striking fear in his opposition right now, even though they have the pistols. Energy are keen to still take the fights.
And Energy, they just need to keep this round as clean as possible.
Yeah,
they know
for sure,
Lake's
Nick.
position and they know where he is. So if they just keep it as clean as possible, try not to drop a player, then they're in good all sorts. But it looks like Lich Lord, Destroyed, and Mango all timing out.
Oh no, not like this. Oh,
No, they're back.
Okay,
They're back.
thank God.
No,
Well, they
I think
are.
they're all
There's
landing at each
definitely.
other's
Oh no, lately. No. Wait, was he out of respect not killing them? Because I didn't even know what happened there. I'm
no,
not
it was
gonna
the
lie.
server. It was the server. It wasn't the player.
Oh, okay. So are they continuing? Because obviously I don't have chat. You do. So I mean, are they all good?
They
Timeout
said it
comes
was the
through.
server. Yeah, so...
Okay.
Well,
Well,
Deviant
Nick.
said something that I can't reciprocate on stream.
Okay, well that's a good thing that I've got the chat with it. Nick, so just talking about the map pool. So Nuke was the first map picked by Energy, Train the second map picked by Sinister5, of course, and then Overpass is the decider. Something I mentioned and I think you'll completely agree with. All three of those maps are strengths of these two teams, so it's a nice overlap we had in this series, meaning both teams have been really comfortable. You agree with that sentiment?
100%. I mean, I was able to catch the last couple, three rounds of the Nuke game, and I had a look at the veto, and I looked at it, and you said Sinister5 picked Nuke, and I was like, that makes total sense.
Yeah,
you know?
that's why I believed it myself.
And then I saw Energy picked Train, and I was like, that also makes total sense, you know? And Overpass being decided. So, I mean, you completely. I mean, I think we saw this similarly to what happened between the WRG and Royalty sort of matchup. Like, literally all three maps were probably the team's best three maps.
Yes, exactly.
So, I think in that regard, if you're looking at Energy and Sin5, obviously Energy were able to get the 16-11 victory over on Nuke, but Train is definitely a map where they can get the 2-0 victory, but Sinister5, they can definitely bring this back 2-1. I mean, we saw what Sinister5 did against Dynamic of all teams on Overpass. They wiped the floor with him. I think it was 16-5 or something. Dynamic didn't really have a say in that.
Yeah.
So if you're Energy, they've beaten the likes of Goliath, or actually they went to overtime against Goliath, double OT against Goliath on Overpass. So it shows that both these teams are very comfortable on all three of these maps. And I think it's definitely going to be a 3-map affair.
Yeah.
If that is the case. But Energy, they definitely have the firepower to take this in 2.
Yeah, especially
Especially if
considering
Panda's gonna...
yeah, pop off with the AWP, but not only that, but especially considering the start Energy have gotten off to Untrained. They've proven that they have what it takes to be super competitive on this map, and they can close it out in 2. On the flip side though, Sinister5 have gotten into some good positions on this T side already, and they can bring themselves back into this half and even go on to win it if they can win these next 2 rounds and reset the economy. So still anybody's game right now. 6-4, even keel. Sinister5 setting up with their default after they show some presence towards Ivy. They then rotate with 3 players back into A main. You're right, no smokes, only flashes, and you can see that's why Slayer makes his way back towards spawn so he can throw those flashes over the top. And then Sinister5 have to activate off these flashes because they've got nothing left thereafter. So the players start pushing forward, and immediately 2 have been dropped. Make that 3 as Energy stand tall on the bomb site right now, shutting them down. Only Lately is left alive, and not for much longer either. What an astute defense from Energy on that A bomb site.
100%, but I mean, you got to critique Sinister5's buy into that round, right? I mean, you can partial one more, get Deagle's armor up on the boys, and then you have the AWPs out that you want, and then you have full utility. But in that round, in the late round, you have like 3 flashbangs across the 5 players. You're trying to hit the sites, and the flashbang, I think the longest the flashbang can last, I think, is like 7 and a bit seconds. So you have a 7-second window, effectively, to kill all 3 or 4 players on the A bomb site. So that just doesn't go Sinister5's way, but Deviant is going to try and make this round as competitive as possible. 7-4 is the score.
Oh,
and Carlo, he's spotted out Lately. Lately is no longer being the rat over towards Ivy, but Elusive's going to push. This pop smoke could be a nuisance to take out Mango looking the wrong way. 3v3, this is exactly what Sinister5 need. Carlo is going to try, Panda rather, is going to try bring this back into... Is there a chance?
Jeez, I mean, there's been a couple close shaves in this round for Energy as they dance with the Deagles, which can sometimes do damage, but in the end, they will avoid such a scenario. 8-4, Energy doubling up their opposition's score. Guns are going to be in the hands of Sinister5 once again, and they're going to have full util here, Nick, but it seemed like last time, as you pointed out, they didn't have util on the execute because they had used quite a lot of it in trying to just fake out some info and try and just bait util out from Energy, but Energy just held on to their util and held the angles, didn't really react or overreact to the situation. So now, what do Sinister5 do in turn? They've got the AWP on Slayer, the first time we've seen the AWP on the T side, if I'm not mistaken, and he's taken that AWP towards Ivy. Did we see it a bit earlier?
We saw it earlier on Deviant. I don't know why it was on Deviant, but it was on Deviant.
Must have been a spawn-based thing then, right? And Zero Chance,
Yeah,
my man,
yeah.
you have to do the jump spot just like that. Slayer comes through. Did Zero Chance not get the memo that that's what was coming through? He was just on his own page there. He's like, guys, I'm just going to try and get across here by myself. And he goes down. The response is Slayer continuing to hold the angle as Destroyed swings wide, and he goes down. But Energy is still making sure that they keep some sort of control here towards the A bomb site, not allowing Sinister5 to wrap around for free. In fact, they've done a pretty good job at keeping them out. Sinister5 don't have Ivy control. They have got a player in top, but that isn't going to be lasting much longer as Yankee takes him down, and this is very quickly unraveling for Sinister5. The one thing they do have going for them is that I don't think Energy are going to realize how far they've actually rotated towards the B bomb site. So Lichlord's there by himself right now, and he's got no immediate response or support. So if they can find this kill, the round is very much still alive, and Lichlord continuing to peer forward. He's going to spot their feet out. He takes down Elusive, which leaves Slayer in the clutch. Nick, it's going to have to be the ace clutch if Slayer's going to be winning this round for his team. He has his weapon of choice in his hands as well as he plants the bomb. Default. 2 flashes to his name. Looking to try and clutch out the game. As the flanker's coming through, Mango. He wants to take the attention, but Slayer's aware of the possibility of the flank. And he's going to be going down to that flank. Sorry to interrupt you, Nick. For a second there, I thought maybe Slayer gets the 2 1v1s.
Mango doesn't have armor, so I mean, like, I know it's an AWP, but imagine Slayer changed to a rifle and you had a spray battle between the 2. Mango gets aim punched. Slayer 180s takes out Yankee, you know? So it's all
I see a world in which that happens, Nick. Yeah, exactly. A not too distant universe either. Anyway, 9-4, Energy charging ahead on the CT side. That's a number of rounds they've won consecutively. That's 6 rounds to be precise.
Yeah, and I mean, popping off already, we're seeing the likes of Panda and Elusive and Slayer all in the positives. And then we got Destroyed. He's the only one having a bit of a tough time on the side of Energy, but he's 7 and 8, so he's still got much more to do. But it is just being this AWP on Panda that's locking down Ivy quite respectively throughout the CT halves. I mean, it can be quite effective towards Ivy. You can AWP back green, AWP towards A main, the Olaf cross, possible pushes towards Sandwich, and then obviously Ivy. You can fall back, play all trains, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Being a very mobile AWP, especially on the likes of Panda. I mean, we see what he can get done on overpass, right? I mean, if you give the man an inch, he'll literally take your head off. So
yeah,
Panda's definitely one of the scary AWPers to look at, but there's no AWP on the side of Sinister5, which means there's no tombstoning down the B bomb side. That could be a possibility. Holding Z with an AK is not going to be the greatest chance, but zero chance he's digged down. So.
Yeah, that happens so irregularly as well that when it does, it's just like it feels bad, man. And look at this aggression again, Energy. They're showing that they want to try and unsettle Sinister5 before they can execute. Double molly though, a bit of a misplay, and now they're going to be pushing out a pop dog. Mango and Panda though, ready to welcome them with open arms, but Deviant doing the most right now for Sinister5, looks to try and find a third, but the sequence is brought to an end by Destroyed, and now it's Slayer left in the clutch, realizes that Lichtlord may have gotten aggressive, and he does take him down, so the 1 versus 2 is the result. He's been able to pick up the bomb, and he's just going to continue charging towards this B bomb site, so again, he's going to end up in another 1v2 here, Nick. This time he's got an AWP. So it is doable. He's taking his time before he commits to the plant here, which has given Energy a bit more time to rotate across. Both of the players going to be coming up Pop Dog. Could lead to Slayer's demise. Normally you don't expect this, but he has planted the bomb on the side of the bomb train, so it's given him a bit more freedom in the post plant. As he pushes all the way back and starts to clear out that there is no presence here whatsoever from the CTs. And now he refocuses his attention back towards the ramp. He takes Mango's head clean off. He hasn't spotted out Destroyed's position. Now Destroyed though, he does drop a smoke on the bomb. And he's just going to tap it, but you can't hold the defuse because there's just too many... No, the angle's too narrow. No, Slayer, you don't have to commit to the spray. Oh my god, he messes it up. Oh, and he goes down as well. That is so unfortunate. I just thought that the channel was too narrow and there was no way he lost that in the smoke. Destroyed just sticks the defuse. My god.
You know when I was talking about Mango not having armor and Slayer possibly winning out of 1v2 with the rifle?
Yeah.
That was it, if anyway. Mango didn't have armor
no.
again. He didn't buy up, and he still gets 2 kills in the round.
Oh,
like
no,
how?
Nick.
Over towards A, he still got 2 kills. But
Oh,
I mean,
no.
gotta respect the man. But 10-4's the score, and Energy, they're staring an 11-4 half in the face. I mean, Energy, they've got all the bells and whistles that they can want, but the same can't be said about Sinister5. There's no AWP on Slayer, Deviant or Elusive. I mean, I've seen all of them pick it up. So
Yeah.
or lately, or zero chance. I don't know. I don't know who AWPs to that side anymore. But I mean, the same can't be said about Sinister5 having all the bells and whistles. They've already expended some of their util. They've got 3 smokes left on them
Yeah.
with the same amounts of mollies. But Panda, he's pushed so aggressive in Ivy. He's got all this info that
Oh man.
it's not going to be an Ivy play. It's
And
just not.
He's going to secure the control, smokes it off, and just drops back. Casual as you like. All in the meanwhile, Sinister5 are trying to make it work towards the B bomb site where they find Lichtlord lying in wait. He gets one, but the trade comes through from Elusive. Energy furiously rotating across with all 4 players trying to get in position. Zero chance. He wants to force Yoshia towards Oil Train. He might be able to catch one of them off guard. He's got Elusive there to try and assist him as well. The flashbang is good. Mango's going to get one, but Elusive still continues to stand tall. He has to continue to get the job done though. 1 versus 2 left for him as he dances around the trains, able to avoid death for the time being, but Destroyed. He's just going to stick the defuse here while Panda takes the attention away. 11-4 Energy with the lights out CT side, Nick. They won 8 consecutive rounds. They won 9 of the last 8 rounds, and they just looked super in control once they had the weapons in their hands.
They looked really good, right? I mean, we've seen Panda activate with the AWP over towards Ivy. He's done a great work with that weapon. And I mean, Lichtlord being the B anchor on train, it's a bit iffy. It's not usually one of those maps where you can get one full back, reposition. B anchor on train is more like, you did a good job if you get 2 and you die, right? There's no, not often are you staying alive. So Lichtlord doing a great job at that in the meantime. But they've purchased up 2 smokes. Or rather 1 smoke, 2 mollies. The B250's been dropped over towards Mango.
Must be one
and
for the
they're just going to
post plant,
hightail
right?
it towards the B bomb site. 100%. Ooh.
Well, yeah, but you
But
can't
what?
get into
No
the bomb
post plant,
plant
there's no
if...
bomb.
Yeah, exactly. Zero chance will go down, so this should be a bomb plant at the bare minimum. They actually opt to use one of their mollies
or one of their extra mollies towards connector to buy some time. So no more mollies in the post plant now for Energy. They're going to have to get it done off the fragging alone. They've secured a bomb plant, but Sinister5 have everything they need to make the retake happen. They've got the man advantage, they've got the kits, and now they're making their way forward. They just have to deal with these Glocks, and Elusive does take down the first player. Has to realize that somebody could be pushing through the smoke. It is Lichlord, and he finds him peering on the other side. Sinister5 calmly make the retake happen, and what an important retake that was as well, Nick.
Especially when you find yourself 11-4 down, right? You really got to ensure that you get that pistol round. You don't want to be conceding 12 or 13 rounds, especially to a team like Energy. I mean, we don't need to talk about their history in the South African scene. I'm pretty sure everyone that watches knows that if Energy Esport, you know that they mean business. And I'm always a fan of what Energy do in the second round, right? Regardless of if they get a bomb plant or not, they're pretty much always full eco, right? So they want the AKs, they want the AWPs in the coming rounds, and this is exactly what they're going to do. They're going to full eco, besides the 3 nades purchased up in the P250 on Mango. Dropping down is Panda. He's going to make some noise, but Mango's going to get dropped at that P250, and it should just be damage mitigation for Sinister5. But you don't know where these 3 nades... Never mind, there's 1 nade left. Never mind, there's no nades left. I was about to say you don't know where they land, but that did nothing.
Well, Energy have gotten themselves onto the B-bomb side. At the bare minimum, they'd like a bomb launcher, but that does not seem like it is a much of a reality. Lichlord will get chased down here by zero chance. Oh no! Oh no! That's a victory in itself for Energy, Nick, because they got a bomb plant in the pistol, so they're actually going to buy up in the next round regardless. But the fact that they get a bomb plant there as well means they have like so much money on all the players right now. And AWP is certainly an option if Panda wants it. They're going to have full util as well. So this is a gun round that Energy could do some damage in, and look at the superiority in weaponry they're going to have as well. 2 MP9s, 2 FAMASs, and an M4 for Sinister5 in this next round, albeit a bonus round, because if they do lose, they'll be able to full buy in the next round regardless.
Yeah, and that all comes to making the previous 2 rounds relatively clean. I mean, 4 players staying alive on the pistol and 5 on the anti-eco. So they're looking good on their side, but we're seeing the AWP purchased up on Panda, just as you alluded to. But now the question is, where is he going to activate? Is he going to try for a top red pick on the pallet in A main? Is he going to AWP over towards Ivy, holding it up a B push? That's all what we're going to see in the future. But as you said, right, 2 MP9s, 2 FAMASs, and M4. Definitely inferior weaponry on the side of Sinister5, but I mean, 2 MP9s and Pop Dog, that's definitely not something you want to be dropping into.
Yeah, I mean, that certainly has potential to do damage, right?
Yeah,
I mean, those sewing
scary.
machines up close and personal, you know, you get the double dink, it's not fun for anybody involved. So, 11-6, as we should be getting unpaused momentarily. There we go, back into the game. We're going all into the all-important gun round. If Sinister5 win this gun round, it's going to put them in a really good position heading into the rest of this half, Nick, because it was a bonus round, and they would close the deficit to just 4 rounds. From there, when you have the eco under control on the CT side of train, you're probably feeling like you're in control of the game. So let's see, what do Energy have in store? It looks like they're going to be trying to get out of A main fairly quickly. No, Mango just wants to throw some util and have the presence. Remember, Energy was super aggressive on their CT side, constantly forcing control towards A main, constantly flashing and retaking it, never letting Sinister5 settle, and it seems like Sinister5 are doing something similar.
Yeah, and especially with these MP9s and the FAMASs, you got to get up close, right? And that's why Sinister5, they've taken pop control early. They've shown a main presence, even though they haven't let anyone even though they haven't left anyone there. The fact is that if you're Energy, you think someone's there, so you got to expend util to take back A main if you do take back A main.
Yes.
But the main thing for Sinister5 is the fact that you've got A main control, you've got pop control. So there's only so many places that they can come, and Elusive is going to find that out firsthand, and that's going to be a chink in the armor for a possible B split to come in.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Deviant is going to catch. Did he
no,
catch
the
him?
timing!
Oh.
Panda tries to duck to avoid the damage, but it does not do. As Energy secure control of the B bomb sites, and they just brute force their way down ramp with the entry squad. They get the job done. Just Deviants and lately left tasked with trying to find some entry frags, but that's a good sign for Energy, Nick, that just like that brute force execute onto the B bomb side has worked out for them right now, because it's something you can always fall back on, right, when it works out for you. You don't really get much cue as to when it's coming through from the CT side. Just all of a sudden there's 4 Ts on your doorstep. So Energy
get across the line here in their first full gun round. And back to winning ways for them.
The thing I want to see coming out from Energy, right, is once you condition that B hit to come in, like you just won your first round hitting B, right? Next round you hit B again. Third round you throw in a fake, because what it does, often on train you have a solo B player, the Z player comes in and often holds your heaven or your ramp. So next thing you throw in a fake, then the A bomb site's weak, right? So that's something I definitely want to see come out from Energy. You throw that B hit out a couple times, you win it a couple times, obviously best case scenario. Then you throw in a fake and you hit the A bomb site, you find it weak, and then if you Sinister5, you then left scratching your head big time. You really don't know, is it a fake? Are they committing? And then you delay the rotates, then they hit the sites. You don't delay the rotates, then they hit the other bomb sites. So then then you're in a world of bad stuff. But as you said previously, right, Sinister5, that was a bonus round. So now there are 5 rifles on their side. The AK is on Deviant. So now it's going to be interesting to see how this round plays out. Obviously, if you're Sinister5, you lose this round, you're eco. If you're Sinister5, you win this round. Energy can probably squeeze out another buy looking at the economy. But if you're Sinister5, you really got to put this round on the board to start cementing your comeback and not go down 2-0 and not find yourself online Comic-Con. And Deviant's going to pat Slay on the back and let him know what the circumstances are.
Yeah, like you alluded to, vital round here for both of these teams. And look at the double nade coming through from Sinister5 as soon as Energy starts shooting out the windows. But Destroyed, he seemed privy to it because he shot the windows out and immediately backpedaled. So avoids most of the damage. And Sinister5 expending most of their util in the early stages of the round here, Nick. They want to just make sure that Energy don't get any early map control for free. Deviant able to take down Tianki as Tianki just slightly overextends. 2 players actually in Pop Dog here, the double setup. And in fact, even though there were 2 nades dropped in Pop, they don't do that much damage. So now Energy have to reconsider their options as Lichlord boxes them in with the molly. He's got the double molly. Nicky's got the double molly. He picks another one up from his fallen comrade. Sinister5 are forced to use a smoke. Oh, how he would love to have had an HE grenade right there. So,
I mean,
some fancy util usage.
Yeah, if you double up Pop and you see two mollies coming away, it's not going to be a fun time. But lately, he's actually going to be the one.
I think he was hurt, though.
I think so, too. He's very wary of his possibility. Actually, Mango, he's going to win out that gunfight. Deviant's over towards Pop. He's going to activate, but there's no pinch coming in. But there is a B push coming out from Slayer. He's able to win out the gunfight onto Lichlord. Now it's Panda and Mango left in a 2v4, but I'm not sure if Panda's position is known. I'm pretty sure it is. But Mango's going to win out the first gunfight on towards Deviant and make this 2v4 a bit more possible. He's able to get... I thought he was able to get the second, but I think he dinked Elusive through the wall or something. So
got close. Got very
close. And
close.
Luco full Mango. Yeah, got
the
very
question
close.
Is,
but that's a much needed round from Sinister5.
Yeah, absolutely. The question is, do Energy reinvest here? Because their economic is... The economic situation is questionable, and it looks like they're just going to go for the half buy, just sort of evening out the economy once again. Enough to invest into a couple of upgraded pistols and some armor as well. And they're just going to be charging towards the B bomb site after throwing some early util towards A. But Zero Chance is going to get this info very early on, and he's actually pushing up right now. He's got the AK up close. The transfer is on point for 2 kills. Looking for a third. He's done so much damage. He's got his job done for sure. He stayed alive for long enough as well. But oh my god, Destroyed on the entry with the biggest balls. Just pushes down ramp. He takes down Slayer. He nearly finds Lately as well. The trade was there, but look at the flank coming through from Deviant right now. He's going to find the first, but Tianki trades it. He's got full health and full armor right, Nick, a lot as well. Along with a minute and 17 seconds left on the clock, the world is Tianki's oyster. He could do anything he wants, but look at Elusive's position all the way back.
Ooh.
Doesn't seem like he's...
Elusive.
Oh,
okay.
Who blinks first? Who blinks first is the question. Elusive comes around the corner and he loses his head to Tianki, who still has a minute left on the clock, Nick. This round has just been so hotly contested. It's been so high octane, and Tianki now, he's going all the way back towards the B bomb side. Lately has taken the bait, hook, line, and sinker as he pushes towards Pop Dog.
Gotta start walking.
And now Lately gets the audio cues. Lately hears everything going on right now, so he holds the trump card as he's just going to be backstabbing Tianki coming up from Pop Dog. Like I said, he holds all the aces. He knows exactly where Tianki is, but Tianki's going to be able to plant the bomb. But he just doesn't realize that Lately could be coming behind him right now. He gets the swivel, but he doesn't land the shot. Lately breathes a sigh of relief. Sinister5 win the all-important round. And Energy can calm things down again. That was just an eco, for God's sakes, Nick.
Yeah, that was just a partial investment. But I mean, if you're a Tianki and you win out that first gunfight over towards Elusive, yes, you know A is clear. But you know if you're Lately, you're going to want to reposition in a place where there's a fast rotate towards both bomb sites, right? So... if obviously we've got X-rays, so obviously this is coming along, coming across quite sour. But you got to have the idea that he could be close or near pop in that regard. Maybe he had a misread and thought he was backtracked, so he was on the A bomb site. But if you're in a 1v1 situation, the bomb gets planted, you want to be as close to both bomb sites as possible.
Absolutely.
And Pop Dog is a position like that on train. So Tianki, I think, just rushing that a little bit. Maybe he could have walked in brown walls. You spoke about how much time he had. I think he still had about 45 seconds there. But be there as it may, Destroyer's going to take Deviant's head off, and now it's Elusive towards back of Green Train, trying to get something done. He takes Lichlord out. Aforementioned, unfortunate in the previous round, but lately he's only good for one, and the trades are going Sinister5's way, if anything. Elusive going massive. He's already on 20 kills.
Oh, and the no-scope from Slayer. Oh my god, he destroys Panda, who just peers up from aside the bomb train and loses his brain. And now it's Tianki left in the 1v3.
See his feet? No, you don't.
No, not yet. Now he saw his
Oh,
leg.
there we go.
So he's fully prepared for Tianki to come around the corner. What a nice recovery there from Sinister5. Energy just brute forced their way into the A bomb site. They get the first kill as well, and they look like they're able to start pushing forward. But that AWP of Elusive is what just keeps them in control. All the way from Ivy, he has thing under lock and he has the bomb site under lock and chain. If only there was some presence coming through from Ivy for Energy, might have been able to change the dynamic of that round.
100%, but now it's 12-9 and a full buy rather coming out from both sides. I mean, you got all the bells and whistles for the most part if you're Sinister5. I mean,
they're going again, Nick.
is on that famous, but they got the double AWP, but it is this pop control once again. But Elusive is going to attack Lichlord through the smoke. Deviant's going to activate towards Pop, and now his eyes are trained towards the top of the ladder. He's got the read. That's Yankee's incoming, and he's going to take Abby's number.
Oh, man.
Easy as you like. That was a full buy round.
And Sinister5 don't even drop a single player. Oh, God. 12-10 here, Nick, as Sinister5 draw ever closer on their CT side. Energy have only been able to win one round, and that great first half performance is starting to wane.
Sinister5 are looking solid on their CT side. The buy rounds that they've had to come up against have been very good, except for that 1v1 that lately had to win out. But otherwise, it's been pretty much easy because that nade is huge from Zero Chance. He takes down Tianki, and they're going to pressure his position. His job is to stay alive as long as possible, but the molly dropped over towards default is going to allow for a prevention of the bomb plant, but a smoke on the molly comes in, then the bomb is going to be planted. 4v4 post plants. Sinister5 should win this out with relative ease due to it being B bomb site train, but the fact is that if you're Energy, you invested minimally into this round, and now it's a 1v4 for Destroyed. He's hiding in the smoke, it's fading. You're in no man's land, unlucky for Destroyed.
He knew what was coming, right? We've all been in that position. You're waiting in the smoke.
He was living on borrowed time.
It's starting to dissipate. You know it's about to disappear entirely, and you're just going to be exposed to all angles. So, F's in chat for Destroyed. Energy now just have a 1-round lead here on Train. That 7-round lead they had coming into this half has very quickly been diminished. And they're going to have weapons once again. They've opted for that aggressive A hit a couple times now, but that AWP of Elusive has led to their undoing. In fact, it's the double AWP setup which has been doing the damage. How do Energy counteract it? What response do they have? Do they try force the issue towards Ivy so that they keep Elusive's attention there, taking it away from the A bomb site? And it seems like that's going to be the initial plan as 3 players make their way forward. Tianki, though, has a job to do because there's aggression from the CTs. Zero Chance on the angle's going to lose his life. And that's a problem now, because now they have to consider how are they going to set themselves up on the CT side. You can see Slayer was just there for some early aggression, and then he started rotating immediately. Now he has to stay there.
They're going to go back straight towards Pop. Tianki, that nade does decent damage over towards Deviant, but Tianki's job there is just to show his presence. You can't push up Pop. If you push up Pop, you're probably going to die. That's Tianki's job. He's not looking to commit towards the Pop fight. He's just showing presence. And that's already caused Deviant to second guess his positioning. But he's going to molly A main and keep towards this Pop lately. Panda, he's going to get almost taken out by lately, but he's going to try activate towards E-Box. They should know Deviant's position. He's over towards Pop, but lately and Deviant, the dynamic duo come out as Elusive chimes in for one of his own.
And Tianki was
Since
on
the 5 were in a
B.
man disadvantage, yeah.
Tianki was on B.
Like Crimson 5.
Tianki was all the way out, but I don't know if he didn't get the comms out in time. Energy had committed to the exec before he could relay the information. I don't know what it was, but it's just so awkward for Energy. They can't get into the same bomb site, Nick. They literally get shut down at the entry points time and time again. And it's Pop Dog. Deviant and Pop Dog has just been a nightmare for them. And it's the setup between him and Lately, who was on E-Box, that just leads to Energy's unraveling, because once they take attention towards E-Box, that's when Deviant gets to activate from Pop. And, well, Tianki either needs to get this kill or die, because if he gets killed after the timer, it's going to be a disaster. And it seems like that might be the case. Slayer, not going to find the frag. Okay. 12-12. Another buy going to come through for Energy because they've got this round loss bonus behind them, but scores are now level. And finally we see a timeout from Energy. Remember, they've got the coach Ninjask behind them. Hypothetically, theoretically behind them, but he's been a coach for a while now, Nick, so they're certainly going to have had a working relationship and a good understanding of one another.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely big, especially in a match with this sort of magnitude. The sixth person in the server just to calm things down, talk things over, take the 30 seconds in the tac timeout, and just bring up new ideas, right? Like, if you're the 5 in the server, you feel like you're running out of ideas, especially when you find yourself 11-4 up. Now it's 12-12. Now's the time where Ninjask, the coach, he can really add that magnitude of being the 6th player, talk things over, provide new ideas, and calm things down the Energy camp. I mean, they can't let it get to them. Yes, you were 11-4 up, but yes, you've lost your lead, but the match is still very much winnable. The economy on Sinister5 is looking really good in that regard, but Energy, the game is nowhere lost in this stage, so they need to start throwing some spanners in the works. Elusive and Deviant already found themselves relatively low. None of them in the red, however. The same can be said about Destroyed and Mango. They're relatively low, the Dynamic Brothers. But it is 12-12, and they're just going to choose to take this a little bit more slowly, not going to just fall back on just hitting that A-bomb site.
I mean, if you're a guessing man, it's not out of the realm of realism that Energy would be going for the B bomb site, right? Because they've just had so little success towards A, and you can see that Sinister5 have made the read somewhat because they're committing 2 players to locking down the B bomb site, where they've been playing 1-4 outside of that. But Energy have grouped 4 players up towards the top of the ramp, so they could actually get themselves into the B bomb site relatively scot-free. Especially because Slayer's had to focus his attention towards Ivy, but lately takes him down, and now Zero Chance has the defense of the B-bomb side under control. The late Molly's going to be keeping Energy at bay for that much longer. That means the rotations have come through, the flanks have come into effect as well, and Energy Esports are going to be relinquishing the lead for the first time in a very long time here on Train.
Oh, jeez, like, you were saying that Sinister5 have the A sites under lock and chain, but it seems like they just got Train under lock and chain, you know? Like, CT side, like, you want to come B. Yes, you lost on the first gun round, but that was the bonus round for Sinister5 if you think back that far, right? So if you're Sinister5, you're feeling really confident. If you're Energy, you've really got to think of some new ideas to throw into things. That's why they're falling back on this Pop play. 4-man A setup, and entertaining them towards Pop is going to be Elusive. If he's caught in no man's land with a nade in his hand or trying to repeat, he could spell Demise. Tianki catches one, but all the way is just damage mitigation from Sinister5. Mango left. 1v4, Slayer giving him no respect. 14 is posted on the board for Sinister5, and it looks like we're heading to a third.
It does look like we're heading to a third. I'm shocked at the way that this game has ended up transpiring. I mean, not surprised that Sinister5 weren't out of it. That's not at all what I'm shocked at. What I'm shocked at is just how solid they've been on the CT side. They've lost 1 round so far in this entire half. But man, this T side is tough, Nick, on Train. When nothing's working out for you, the T side of Train can actually be like the most difficult T side in the entirety of CSGO. Destroyed gets taken down, just like a frustration peak, hoping that the fire will mask Elusive's vision, but nothing has really done much to mask him this entire evening. He's been on a tear.
Yeah, and I mean, as you were saying, right, like, if things just aren't going your way, if your Energy, like, it's so hard, especially when you try a couple times, it just doesn't work. Then the one round you go B, there's 2B. or 3B with the rotator coming in. So that's just an unluco for energy, but that was a pretty easy read from Sinister5. But that's in the past. Slayer is in the present, taking out Tianki and almost able to readjust on towards Lichlord, pushing through the smoke, but Lichlord actually wins that out. Now it looks like it's going to be a 2v2 post plant, but over on the bomb side is Zero Chance. He's giving off the sound cue, and Mango, he's able to readjust.
No,
now it's a 2v2,
like
he's able
this.
to catch out Elusive, and now they know Lately was in pop earlier in the round, so they should have an idea of his position. It looks like Energy might just post their first.
Oh no, but because he fakes it, it's
second
actually
one.
bought some time. Lately's gonna pop flash his way through. He takes down Mango, but the trade is there for Lichlord, who was in close proximity, and Energy by the skin of their teeth win another round here on Train, Nick. My word, but that sound cue given off by Zero Chance, which allowed Mango to get off the plant and find the kill. That was the moment that Energy needed.
Energy don't want to go to overpass. They're clutching at straws here. They're doing everything they can to win out these rounds, and great readjustment from Mango in that round, and 13-14's the score, but you got to win at least another 2 rounds. Actually, I think Sinister5, they're good buying until the game ends, so you're going to have a really tough time if you're Energy. You really got to make these buy rounds as clean as possible, otherwise you're going to have players running into bomb sites with the Lils and the 10s, but Panda's going to try to push the issue.
Wow.
Great spray control. He takes out Lately early in the round, but Deviant, he's still over towards Pop Dog. It has been that dynamic duo, as you've said prior. Pop Dog and E-Box have been their mainstays, and Lichlord seems to know that this is a decent idea. The Molly's going to hit him, and the sound cue is going to be there. 5v4.
Oh, goodbye, Panda.
And 4v4, never mind. Elusive takes out Panda.
Such a risk to peek it like that, though, but he knows he's not really too important anymore in the round. It's his teammates who have to get the job done as they execute in towards this B bomb site, but Slayer, he's gone unchecked towards Heaven. Oh, it's not Slayer, rather it's it's Zero Chance, and now he's going to activate. He takes down Tianki. He knows that there has to be a player on the plant as well, so he's going to use his Uthal to force him off, and he doubles back to catch off Lichlord, who was rounding on him. Zero Chance is having an absolute field day towards this B bomb site. He has just been a force to be reckoned with time and time again, and he befuddles Energy by just sitting up in Heaven, being super patient and disciplined, and it works wonders.
And it's big that he doesn't re-peek there, right? Like, as you said, he knows that there's a planter there. So instead of trying to take that fight and possibly losing it, he just nades and mollies him and peppers him down, watches his flank, able to get the kill. Ultimately, a great round coming out from Zero Chance. But the map is still not done. Energy. We don't have to talk about the 5 they've got in the server. I mean, they can still get something done even with 5 AKs, but it's going to be a tall task up against the double AWP setup on that of Elusive and Slayer. And the 2 AKs on Deviant and Zero Chance in the meantime. But Energy, they're going to pull out all the stops, pull a clutch at straws, trying to win this round out. And Zero Chance, he's almost dropped by Tianki.
Do or die now for Energy. They have to win 2 more to take this to overtime, or we're going to overpass. And it has to be said that if we do go to overpass, Nick, Sinister5 are going to be the ones with all the momentum and confidence behind them, and that's heading into one of their best maps. So that doesn't spell a very positive situation for Energy as they try execute into this B bomb side. All 5 players grouped up here. Late Molly's going to be keeping them at bay, but their smokes are still set up, and Slayer tries to get an angle, but he ends up being taken down, and that's going to be giving Energy an entry into the bomb site. Panda takes down Zero Chance, so this is the B bomb site now fully in control of Energy. Deviant coming through with the flank. He gets to spray. He gets betrayed by the spray. Mango, though, takes down Lately, and Lichlord still standing true on the bomb side, leaves Elusive as the only player left here for Sinister5. Energy Esports, they're taking us the distance here, Nick. They're showing that they still have fight left yet in them here on Train.
30 rounds incoming. What we'd love
30
to
rounds.
see.
Remember, Nick, if Sinister5 win this, I was going to say, if it was the reverse, it would have been a much bigger round because of the situation of course, whoever loses this match is eliminated. Winner qualifies for Comic-Con Online, but right now, Energy, they just need to win 1 more round to take this to OT. Sinister5 need to win a round to take us to map 3.
Yeah, and coming into the last buy round, Energy, they've got all the bells and whistles that they could want, AKs and full util on all the players. They would have had the opportunity to save the AWP, but they chose not to. Sinister5, same can be said about them, right? They've got the double AWP, a couple rifles on all the players. But it looks like Energy, they're going back towards his A hits, which I'm quite a fan of, right? You've conditioned that the B hit's been working, so now you're going to attempt to try and make a misread on the side of Sinister5 to try and make an A play, but a delay on this allows for a very advanced position to come out in Heaven. I believe that Slayer posted up with the AWP, so he'll have all the info if it's going to be a B play. but I don't think they know that Panda's out Olaf right now, and he could be a nuisance, especially catching up with rotates.
Oh, but Slayer takes down Tianki towards the B bomb side as he activates with the AWP. He's been great so far in train, and he continues that vein of form once again. First blood goes the way of Sinister5 in this all-important round. Like you said, though, Panda has been able to get out into Olaf, and it seems like it may be undetected. But as I say that, I'm looking at Zero Chance's little blue dot on the map, and it seems like he's covering Sandwich, so they might be aware of the possibility. Deviant is going to get bait and switch towards Pop Dog. Finally, Energy have some success, and they're going to continue to charge out. Lately, is going to be the next point of contention. Rotations have come through to Sinister5. They've got the players on the same bomb side to deal with the hit. It's Lately up close. He gets the double spray down. Zero Chance finds the kill as well. And now it's just Panda left. He's going to be walking into Elusive on the angle. And Energy can't force the issue. They can't take the game to overtime. In fact, they get taken to a third map by Sinister5.
I mean, overpass is incoming, and am I keen for a matchup like this? We've got Sinister5, who they've been showing up on overpass recently, and we've got Energy, who they're up to tussle with the likes of Goliath on overpass. So definitely going to be an exciting third map, an exciting map to see who can book their spot in the top 4 and find themselves at Comic-Con Online, right? So I think it's definitely going to be an exciting matchup. Definitely going to see the distance, possibly some OT. But you know where they're gonna catch that haze is right here on this channel. So they gotta stick around. Everyone in chat, you gotta watch this last one, man. It's exciting times.
Exactly. One map to decide who reaches the top 4 and who is eliminated at the final hurdle. Remember, there were 18 teams that started off this event in the group stage. Now there's only 5 teams left in the event. There's only 4 spots available. You do the maths. One of these teams aren't going to make the cut, guys. My name is Hayes. I'm joined by Nick. We're going to be taking a short break here in between maps. Once we return, though, we will have the decider to see who will reach the next stage. Guys, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Enjoy the music in the meantime.
This is the story of a man. A man who is more machine than man. A man who is at odds with himself and others around him. The man, the machine, an attempt to survive. One day to fun with others was his wish. But that dream will never live in reality.
What is good to everyone? We're back for a third map banger coming out from the boys in green against the Energy boys. You know, Sinister5 Energy. The team's up and around the top 4, top 5 conversation in the country. But for those of you who don't know, the weight that this game holds is a top 4 spot and a spot and a ticket to Comic-Con online. So it is Sinister5. It is Energy Esports. The winner of this finds himself playing in 2 weekends time for a chance at winning that goodness, you know, that big chance at that 210k that's on the line, you know, 100k to the winner, 50k to second place. So I'm pretty sure both of these teams are pretty keen to jump into things as fast as possible. I mean, third map, I mean, Sinister5, we saw how they absolutely demolished Dynamic on a map like Overpass. We see them do it multiple times, 16-7, 16-8 victories that they've got on opponents like that. And Energy, Overpass is sort of a mainstay for them. We see them in BO1s. They're more than happy to let Overpass go through to the BO1 stage. We see them again playing against like the likes of Goliath, taking them to double OT. Obviously, if I think all the way back to the Game Dark Cup, that goes down pretty much to the Ninja Diffused by Zip Zip, if you guys could think back that far. But we're on Overpass. We're on a winner takes all in this sort of matchup. It's Sinister5 and it's Energy Esports. And it's Sinister5 starting on the CT side. There's 5 USPs and a smoke and a kit on the side of Slayer. And there's a smoke, 2 smokes, a molly and a flash on the side of Energy. A smoke towards mid-side from Panda comes in, as well as a smoke from Bridges. They're going to quickly take short control. A flash over towards the site is coming in, and the B-bomb side is going to be the Porter call. But the only player here is Elusive. Pushing through the bridge smoke is Destroyed. He takes him out, and now there's 4 players retaking from Short and Monster respectively. Destroyed catches 1 into 0 chance, but 0 chance is able to get 1 without him falling, but now it's Slayer and his teammate activating towards Monster in a 3v3, but the bomb is dropped to the middle of the side. Tianki and Destroyed, they would have loved to hightail it back towards A, but Tianki's going to get 2 for his price of 1, as Lately's now left in a 1v1 situation. Destroyed, he's creeped up all the way to Toxic Barrels, but Destroyed seems to be unbeknownst of Lately's position, but he's done a 180 and he wins that out. Destroyed as easy as you like, 3 kills in the round. He posts the first for Energy Esports, and now Energy, they got the hopes up. The team speakers roaring right now. As easy as you like. Destroyed and Tianki going big in the pistol round. Sinister5, they left scratching their heads as they're going to be looking at an eco in the face. But yeah, like, my question's over to you guys now. We saw Sinister5 fall on the first map to Energy. That was Nuke, 16-11. Second map, Sinister5 took that. 16-12, I believe, was the score. So now we're in overpass. Now we on the third map. I want to hear from chat. Like, the winner of this is top four at Online Comic Con. I want to hear from you guys. Sinister5 or Energy. Who would you put your money on if you were a betting man? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's arguments for either side. Personally, I think Energy, they're running into this matchup as favorites. Panda, he's warm. He's done his aimbots. He's good for 3 early in the round. Eco farming. Mango gets 1. Panda gets his 4th. 4 eco frags and 4 confidence boosters is the side of Energy. Two rounds on the board for Energy and relatively clear rounds at that. We've got Mango, Lichlord, and Tianki all on Mac 10s against the 5 rifles on the side of Sinister5. The problem is 3 of those rifles are FAMASs, but they're just going to rush B with the Mac 10s, get them up close and personal. Tianki's only good for 1, but Elusive and Deviant chime in for 1 of their own. Now it's Destroyed, some 32 points of health, and his 2 teammates trying to get something done. The AK of Destroyed going to try to activate over towards Pit. Lichlord's going to kill his teammate, trying to make the round win as hard as possible for Energy. And over towards Heaven as lately, he's going to try to press the issue. He's going to catch Destroyed in transition, and now it's Lichlord left for the Mac 10. He's caught in transition, and the first round is posted for the side of Sinister5. 2-1 is the score. Energy Esports, they found themselves the favorites in that 2-1 scoreline. 5 rifles are purchased up for them. A bit of a rough first buy round for Sinister5 means that 3 of the players are on inferior weaponry to the side of Energy Esports, but it does look like it's just going to be a default for the most part. Short control is going to try be taken by the side of Energy. Flash over from Panda is going to allow that to take place. But ultimately, the early map control is going to go the way of Energy. A deep monster smoke continues from Elusive. He's able to catch Tianki in no man's land. Namali in response denies the trade possibility to come through. Sinister5, they got a man advantage coming into this round, but there's no util left for a possible retake or possibly defending a retake in that regard. So Energy, they're looking the favorites to close out this round, even though they're a man down. Can still get something done. Boost over towards Sandbags allows Panda to get an aerial view of the situation. Deviant is almost caught by Mango, but Mango is actually dinked down by the FAMAS. Oh, Panda gets 1 on the entry, but Elusive trades him out. Destroyed's going to activate this monster. He's able to catch Deviant looking the wrong way. Now it's a 3v3. Lately chancing for one of his own, but over towards lower tunnels is Slayer. Now it's Destroyed left in 1v3 situation. He is unable to get anything done. Sinister5 post their second on the board. 2-2 is the score, and an eco is the name of the game for Energy Esports coming into this round. I'm pretty sure if they get a bomb plant, they're looking pretty good. Lichlord, he finds himself a -1 kill, which isn't fantastic, but it is what it is, you know. They're all just going to run over towards middle, get this round done as fast as possible. Running through the molly, 0 chance. He could have a clip on his Anja. He's good for 1. He's good for 2. He's got a 180. Lichlord TK'd his teammates again. Lichlord is -2 currently. Oh no, Liam. What is going on? 3-2 is the score in favor of Sinister5, and they find their first lead in the map so far, posting 3 rounds in a row. And the all-important 2 buy rounds. Lichlord is... He's nerfed himself, you know. He's -2 currently. He's just chilling. You know, he just, yeah. I mean, if he's playing golf, things are looking good compared to his teammates. I mean, he's 2 under par. You know, things are looking good for Lichlord for the most part. But he's going to have to start pulling up his socks later on in this half. But 3-2 is the score. And Energy, they haven't really been able to find traction in these last couple rounds. Last couple buy rounds, be there as it may, but Sinister5, they're looking pretty good. The confidence is high after they were able to close out Train, get that comeback on after going down 11-4. They're able to finish that up, but it's just going to be a B play coming out. Tianki gets the trade onto Deviant after he took out the stroke, but it's Elusive over towards Pillar. He's good for 1, bobbing and weaving, but he's only good for that 1 as the aforementioned Panda takes him out. But this double lowest flank coming out, the sound cues would have been heard. The position of the players are known. Lately, he's going to hardtail it towards Monster. Slayer's actually able to catch 1 through the smoke, and now it's Lichlord left. The 1v3 situation. He's going to try get back from -2. He's going to try to go +1 in this round. He's able to catch 1. And he's actually able to catch 2. Now he's 0. He's even pickings. Possible 1v3 coming up from Lichlord. The ball's going to be tapped to Lichlord. He went out. The 1v3 as easy as you like. He started out at -2 and now he's 1 and 4. Easy as you like. Lichlord, he showed up. When his team needed him most, Lichlord goes massive. And now it's 3-all is the score. And Sinister5, they've just lost their first 1vx. And that's unfortunate for the side of Sinister5. They pretty much played that as good as you liked. But just peeking Lichlord alone, you don't want that to be the case. But the eco for both sides not looking too fantastic. I mean, you got Galils, you got scouts across the server, so pretty much whoever wins this round is looking at a pretty hefty eco coming their way in the next. It's going to be interesting how both teams play this. I mean, Mango's opted for the Mac 10 so you can get a full budget util, and that Mac 10 will be particularly potent against the 5 unhead armored CTs, but they're going to walk into a B stack with this energy. There's 4 CTs here. They're going to push the issue towards short. The party aggression allows for 4 CTs to be stacked here, but Tianki's only good for 1. Mango with the Mac 10, he is able to catch out lately, and now it's a 2v2 situation. But the bomb has been dropped, and it is in control of Deviant. Lichlord seems to be unbeknownst of this, but both CT players are over towards Monster. Zero Chance does have a full bolt of utility, so he's going to drop that smoke over towards short, and the flash comes in, but Deviant's ahead of it. He's good for 1. Mango comes in for the trade. Now it's a Mango 1v2 turned 1v1. Unable to retrieve the bomb, however. Zero Chance still knowing of that bomb's position, and he wins out the 1v1. 4th round on the board for Sinister5. And ultimately, you're going to hit the B bomb side with pretty much no info. You have no info over towards middle, no info towards other areas of the map. So hitting the B bomb site may be a bit preemptive in that regard. You're not really drawing out the utility, making Sinister5 guess where you're going. You just walk into 4 in that regard after a Sinister5 player did push party. I believe that was Zero Chance. So ultimately, a great round coming out from Sinister5. A good, decent stack coming out from them. They're able to post the 4th. And our energy, they have an eco to fight themselves through. So Slayer, it's just pretty much going to be eco farming for the boys in green. Slayer's good for 3. Zero Chance cleans up with the last 2. 5-3 is the score. And Sinister5, they're looking good coming into this next couple rounds. I mean, energy, they're going to full buy into this. They're going to see what they can get done. Three FAMASs on the side of Sinister5 against the 5 AKs on the side of Energy Esports, but there's going to be short control that's going to be battled for once again, but a nade in response from Elusive doesn't do too much damage. The jump spot also doesn't gather him much in terms of information, but early smokes dropped in the choke points for either side as Nately's going to try to press this issue over towards short. A good flash comes in from Elusive, but a spray through the smoke from Lichlord allows the trade to come in, and Tianki could catch Deviant being a bit of a menace over towards short, but he missed his timing. 4v4 mid-round. As Destroyed is going to clear out lowers, and he takes out Slayer. And there is an aggressive CT. That is Zero Chance over towards T-Ramp. Once again, we saw him do this the previous buy round. So that allows for all the information to go the way of Energy. That not being the case if they do choose to hightail it up lowers. But he does have this flank coming in, and he could possibly drop the bomb. So the B bomb side is going to be hit, but Zero Chance, he's going to drop the bomb. Panda is where the bomb resides, but now Panda, he finds himself just as extinct and out destroyed. He's going to try to press the issue, but only on 9 points of health. He's not being accompanied by a teammate, but he's somehow still able to win out the gunfight. Elusive's position is known as he was boosted prior, and Energy, they ultimately win out the gun round to good effect. 3 players staying alive, all being low, but 3 players staying alive to that feat. So now Sinister5, their economy is not looking too horrible, but they're just going to choose to partially invest into this one. Some upgraded pistols, some armor on the players. Energy Esports, the same can't be said about them. There's 5 Kalashnikovs on their side. Definitely not something that Sinister5 players would want meeting their heads are Kalashnikov bullets, but it is going to be short control once again. Going to be trying to go the way of Energy as Lichlord He's going to patrol towards lowers, trying to get something done. Elusiv's going to try to press the issue. He's going to catch Tianki. But over towards the cubby is Mango. He's good for one, but Litchfield over towards lowers. He's getting some work done. After that -2 start, he's never looked back. He's now 6-6. So technically 8-6. Zero chance. Trying to catch Destroyed, looking the wrong way. He does so. Deviant drops Litchfield in the meantime. Now it's Panda. Left in a 1v2, but the 180 from Zero Chance comes in. A bit of an awkward exchange, but Panda's going to win that out. Deviant's position is known over towards B. So Panda's going to try hightail it towards the A bomb side. But Panda should know that Deviant will be here before he is. But a good molly maybe catches Deviant, but Panda seems to have the idea that he could already be in the bomb site. Deviant, he's going to spot out Panda. A bit of a whiffed spray in that regard, but he finishes it out eventually as Deviant posts Sinister5 6th to Energy Esports 4th. And that was pretty much a partial investment coming out from Sinister5, right? Just upgraded pistols, CZs, and Deagles, and they're just making it work. B is closed. Not good enough. Mid's closed. Okay, I see you. I see you. Some Sinister5 supporters in chat. Ratley hella mad. I mean, lately he finds himself 9-6. I don't think he's too mad, but he's going to be able to pad the stats a bit more. Unless he gets a drive-by Tech 9 bullet to the face. He's going to be able to catch the first on Destroyed and pretty much Nico around. Nothing really to speak about. Deviant's going to throw the deep monster smoke, but two players are ahead of it. Fading smoke no longer shards their position. Mango's going to get the opening kill over towards Elusive, and Tianki over towards Long. Lately with a neat 360 takes him out. He's going to upgrade to the AWP. With the B bomb side, he's going to go the way of Energy, but in the bomb side is Deviant. He's going to try this to not be the case. He's good for one, but Mango's going to press the issue and trade him out. That is a retrieved M4 to be the possibility for Mango. Oh, and the wall banger so close. Oh, and he tags him down this lately. Money towards heaven in response, and the last two players' positions are known. Zero Chance and Lately's positions are known in this 2v2 retake, rather. Mango being the only one with considerable HP, as well as having the armor on the back of that AK-47. Literal's going to spot one out, I would assume, but Mango, he's going to activate towards Pits. He's able to catch the first. Zero Chance gets the trade. And now Mango's going to swing out wide, but he's unable to land the spray. Zero Chance, 13 points of health. He's able to win it out, but the question is, does he have time? I think he does. Looks like Sinister5 are going to post a 7th on the board. That was a partial investment from Energy, but they just lost a partial investment to Sinister5 the round prior to that we just watched. Caster's meme game closed. Okay. Give Mango for mid. Oh, it just seems like Sinister5 have everything under lock and key right now. Just that mid push from Zero Chance coming in quite often. That's something Energy need to keep in mind, that could be a possibility. But Slayer's just going to post up here with the AWP. He's actually going to reposition over towards Party. He's going to catch up Destroyed. Man advantage once again. Going Sinister5's way. Flashes come in. Tianki's good for one. And he's going to preempt the short aggression coming in. He's good for two at least. But there's still a play over towards short. That is Elusive, but Elusive's not going to press the issue. As now it's a man advantage for Energy Esports coming into this round. They're just going to fall back once again on this B bomb side hit. A molly towards Toxic and a smoke towards mid side. As well as a flash coming in from Panda. The useful set is out. And the B bomb side is going to be tasked. Tianki trying to get something done. Spraying wildly through the smoke. Unable to get any noticeable entries, but Slayer with a flick through the smoke. He's good for one. Elusive repositioning over towards the top of default box. He's good for one of his own. Now it's a 2v2. Bomb is going to be planted by Tianki. Zero Chance's position is unknown to Energy Esports. Literal's going to drop that smoke towards mid side, which is going to allow for a bit more maneuverability coming out from Energy in the post plant. But both players, they're going to sit tight. Literal seems to have Zero Chance's number. He's going to spot out the shoulder first. And now it's Slayer left. 1v2. And the smoke is going to be fading. Tianki's going to push through it. Slayer looking the wrong way. He gets taken out by Tianki. 7-5 is the score. And Energy need to start looking up. a full investment coming out from Sinister5. They were going to be double eco regardless. That is why they've chosen to invest into this. Just some upgraded pistols and the MP9 on elusive. But a boost over towards lowers. Mango sprays down lately. Even though Tianki is on 10 points of health, Slayer just decapitates Lich Lord. He's not going to be happy about that one, but there's been real estate taken over towards middle, that by Panda. Deviant's going to try retrieve an AK-47 to get this fast flag going. Free real estate. It's facts. Facts, the blondie facts. As unfortunately, no real estate is going to be found by Sinister5, or they are going to find, but it's no avail in this round. But zero chance. He's going to push the issue over towards Mango. Drop him. He's almost good for 2. That's elusive and Deviant left in a 2v3. And they're just going to choose to save their weapons. Elusive possibly going to try find a gun with more stature, but he's just going to reside over towards T steps. 7-6 is the score, and we're looking like we look like we could be going the distance, you know. Exciting times. Winner of this game finds himself in the top 4, booking their spot at Telkom VS Gaming Masters Season 5 Comic-Con Online. I mean, easy peasy, you know. It is just going to be Nico coming out from Sinister5. They do have the saved rifle on Deviant and the MP9 on Elusive, but it should just be 7-7. Should be the score. I say should because lately with the Deagle he can get something done. The AK on Deviant, if he's well positioned, he could get something done, but it should just be easy pickings for energy. It should be a relatively clean round in that regard. Sinister5, they're just going to make this round as expensive as possible, going into the last round of the half, which will be next. But 7-6 is the score, and we're looking at as closely a contested game as we could have asked for over here in the lowest bracket, upper bracket rather, not lower bracket. Mango and Panda just going to clean things up. Three v 5 now. Hitting their bomb side is going to be what Energy are going to choose to do so. But lately over towards Optimus, he could have some other ideas. He's good for 1 at the Deagle. He's going to bob and weave. But Panda, he's going to try to press the issue. Elusive chimes in for 1 of his own. Panda takes out Deviant. Elusive's position is known. And the 7th round is posted for Energy. As closely contested a battle as we could have asked for. 7-7 and 8-7 half will be either Sinister5's or Energies for the taking. So exciting times, you know, as even a battle as we could have asked for. I'm personally a fan. I personally think Overpass is a bit more of a CT-sided map. Quick rotates are being available, you know, posting towards Heaven, and then you have a quick highway up towards Bang to post long, stuff like that. But either SMA is going to be the B push coming out. They line up for DBNT, lines them up and knocks them down. Mango and Tianki, the first 2 to fall. As Panda's going to chime in for 1 of his own, but Elusive has got the superior positioning. He's good for 1. He's actually good for 2. Lich Lord is good for 1 of his own before he falls. Panda left and 1v2, but he is only good for dinking Elusive down to 5. But it is the half, and it is 8-7 to the side of Sinister5. B is closed. B is closed. Lord Farquaad, you support United? Interesting. I just know I support the best team in the league, so I mean, it is what it is. Jobless Jesus, bro. That's Oaks, you can't be using the S word here. We don't use the S word. It's football. Come on. Educate yourselves. You don't watch netball? You see, Dallas knows. He knows Esport the best team in the league. Just said it himself. Knocks the Ox for 20 hours. It's football closed. Actually, football's open, bro. Premier League started past weekend. Easy peasy. Now you're actually just trolling me, saying the S word in chat, you know? I mean, the fact that you say that sort of stuff is just disrespectful, but... You know, he's not saying the S word. There's Mango. He's saying the K word, and that is killing Deviant, you know? Easy peasy. Man advantage going the way of the CTs early in this round. As Litchfield, he's already been dinked down, but he's going to try get a kill through the smoke. He's going to tap it down. He's tagged down to 10 points of health, but playing retake are energy as this quick bathroom flank is going to come out from Panda, but 5-7 is not going to do him justice. That's going to be a free upgrade coming out from lately. Oh, Elusive takes out Tianki, and a man advantage that was energies is now Sinister5. Tianki is going to make, Destroyed rather. He's going to make it even pickings. 3v3 retake. The kit is on Destroyed. But no smoke for the bomb, and a double headshot setup comes out, but lately gets 2 with the 5-7. 0 chance 1 with the Glock, and a much needed pistol round coming out from Sinister5. Imagine supporting FaZe, 100 Thieves, and Man City. Look, okay, I support FaZe in terms of CS. I support 100 Thieves as an org in general. They're my favorite org, because FaZe aren't my favorite org anymore, just because of how it's being run. And then, you know, City, you know, easy peasy. So... Energy Esports, they actually investing into this round, which is something that's not characteristic of them on the T side. They quite often just choose to full eco. But it is 4 Mac 10s. Trying to get something done. A good flash comes out. Slay and Elusive open up the round. And they're pretty much picking apart this buy round coming out from Energy. Panda can still get something done. With the scouts, as I say that, he gets taken down through the smoke by lately. The rat himself. Mango, he's over towards short. Oh, an archery position, he's good for 1. Oh, he's unable to take down the low HP of Slayer, but now the B bomb side is for the taken. It is vacant, and it is going to be taken by the side of Sinister5. Over with the scout is Destroyed, peppering down lately in the meantime, but if you're Destroyed, you just got to save the scouts. It's an extra round. Try to get something done. Yes, it's not an ideal weapon, but tagging players down to 30 points of health makes the USP just that little bit more potent. Being the P shooters they are, you know, you gotta just easy peasy, but Slayer's going to deny that to even be the case. He's going to choose to actually completely leave the scouts all in all. Knows that they're going to be fully eco into the next, but it is going to be interesting. Am I the only fan City has? Lord Farquaad, look, okay. The Etihad is a lot more full than people believe. And yes, City don't have a lot of fans, but it is what it is, you know. I always enjoy talking about football, but I can't just present my side of the argument because then there's no point, you know. So there's no point in me just talking. Check the HLTV profiles. Feel bad for the C9 boys. Yeah, I'll be interested to see what org they get picked up by. Your favorite football team is the Lakers. Oh, so you're a basketball fan, huh? So what are you expecting? Like a Lakers Heat final? Lakers Celtic final? Or do you think the Lakers fall to the Nuggets? Do you think that's you think that could happen? You know, Nikola Jokic and the boys? Lord Farquaad probably doesn't kiss the boys. Probably not, eh? Probably not. But we'll see what these two teams get done. We're in CS, you know. We're not in basketball or football, but we'll see what these two teams can get done in the meantime. All 5 Sinister5 players congregating up and on. They're gonna hit the bomb side. He's gonna be one that's tossed up to question. Tianki's good for 3. Mango chimes in for one of his own. Tianki's gonna repress the issue on 2 points of health. Maybe a bit preemptive in that regard, but now it's Deviant left in 1v5 turned 1v4. He's gonna push the issue through the smoke, but he's actually gonna get peppered down. Lichlord spots the arm. 11-8 is the score. Now Energy are going to start mounting a comeback. You know, every climbing mountain, every mountain you climb starts with with the first steps, you know. Aina, Prawn tucks us in at night. Lakers against the Wallabies. Who's on Heat? Okay. I see Kani's in chat. How's it, Trevor? Step ladder. Obviously, okay. Not gonna do that. Sinister5. They're gonna try to get something done. They're gonna boost and actually catch Mango with his pants down over towards Toxic. Tanky's gonna drop a smoke towards Monster Tunnel. Just trying to try buy them 18 seconds. That is 18 seconds if the smoke is respected. But Panda could catch Deviants in transition, but does look like rather that the B bomb side is going to be the one that is going to be tested. Towards short is destroyed a bit late, considering the flashbang came quite early. After you flash, you already know that you're going to push. So Deviant catches Panda in rotation, and it does look like Sinister5 are probably going to post their 12th, but we'll see what they can get done. The last two players are here on the bomb side, and the bomb has been dropped. 50 seconds left on the clock. But Sinister5, they're just going to group up over towards short, re-execute the bomb side. Smoke towards heaven from lately comes in. There's no flashes to hit the bomb side, however, which does mean these gunfights are a bit more winnable for Tianki and Lichlord. Tianki, they line up for him. Elusive gets one onto his teammate as well as onto Tianki. Deviant catches one out to Lichlord, and 12-8 is the score. And it looks like Sinister5 seem to be running away with this. De Blondie, no, I don't know who that is. Good round. I'd hope so. It is just the full eco coming up from me. Oh, it's actually upgraded pistols. Sorry. Oh, destroyed. He's burning in the molly, but he's good for one before he falls. Elusive comes out with the trade. He says, I hate you in chat. The B-bomb side is going to be hit. Mango's good for one. Slayer and Deviant good for one of each other's, but Mango's going to catch one with the Deagle, and now it's Deviant left in a 1v2 situation. AK is in hand. Mango's upgraded to an AK of his own. And Deviant's position seems to be known. But he's going to walk over towards short tunnel. Mango does have the AK. And he is in a position where he can watch both angles if one is tested. Panda's going to get caught in transition though. So now it's a Deviant 1v2 turned 1v1, trying to go massive in this round, post his third kill of the round, post his 18th of the map. Mango's going to choose to reposition, give up bomb control. But Deviant, he's going to press the issue over towards Monster. He's just going to be walking out. Clear the right side, no one's there. And Mango, he's just playing over towards Graffiti, holding for this overextension towards Toxic, and Mango seems to have the read. And the idea of Deviant for to call, but Deviant, he's going to reposition his crosshair and take out Mango, and easy as you like, Deviant. 1v2 clutch win, post Sinister5's 13th on the board, and that might just be the nail in Energy's coffin. That would be such a scalp for Sinister5 to take if they take down Energy. That is why Sinister5, they've taken a timeout. I'm pretty sure Deviant's heart is beating out of his chest. Ask lately why he is not gonna bri with the boys. God Deviant, fact. Adam knows. At what? Prawn Fox said, good question. Where's Prawn Fox? Oh, I mean, I don't know, bro. I'm not lately. Sin 5 overpass is too strong. Yeah. Sin 5's overpass is very strong. Memes closed. No, Sin 5, they're just looking hard on overpass, you know. We saw what they could do against Dynamic, but I mean, Energy's a bit of a different opponent. I'd say Energy are probably above Dynamic in that regard. I mean, especially on a map like Overpass, you don't need to bring that into the conversation. But Sinister5, they've got 13. Energy, I've got 8. In a deep monster smoke is what Destroyed's got. As Energy, they need to start stringing together some CT rounds, especially considering that T's could get control of the economy if the CTs don't at least make these rounds expensive. Long is going to be tested. Panda, I assume, is posted up onto the half wall. And he is able to catch lately out early in the round. Sprayed through the wall is destroyed. But this round has gone the way exactly that Energy would want it to go. Getting the early man advantage. Still having the map control that they do. Literal's got 0 chances now, but he's actually good for 2. And dropping the bomb. A Molly in response from Panda allows for the trade to not come in. Now it's elusive. And Deviant left. Having to wrestle the horns of the bull in a 2v4, but Panda, 2v5 rather, Panda is going to make it a 1v5 for Deviant. 1v4 now is what Deviant makes it for himself. But his position now being known, him dinked down to 12 points of health. It looks like Energy we're going to post their 9th. Deviant just needs to make this round as costly as possible for Energy. If he can get another kill, it'll be relatively big in the large scheme of things, but unfortunately doesn't do so. So that's only one player that needs to be dropped a weapon instead of that of 2. But the economy on Sinister5 is not looking too great. That's what's prompted Deviant to drop over a couple Deagles. Just going to be Deagles into the shot. 13-9 is the score. And he's going to try to open things up, but he's going to miss an off shot over towards ramp. Lately, he's actually purchased up the hero AK. He finds himself in $1,000. Deviant's got armor to back his Deagle. But what Elusive's got is a brain for the game, trying to press the issue towards lowers. Slitshaw's just going to jump spot towards long, as Panda's posted towards banana. As these pistols are always stronger in force, especially backed up by the AK on lately, can definitely be potent if they're going to choose to pounce and say bomb site. But Panda's going to take Slayer out early, and over towards the bomb site is Lishford. He's going to help his teammate out as much as possible. Smoke in the site. He's good for 1. 0 transport, full blind with the support flashes coming in. Deviant's good for 1. 2 in the round. Literal takes him out. Energy post their 10th. To Sinister5's 13th. And Energy are finally starting to mount a comeback. Keeping the rounds clean. Which allows for the upgraded rifles to go on Energy's way. Destroyed does seem to have the read that it is going to be Nico coming out for Sinister5. And that is why he's chosen to purchase only the MP9. Just Eagles, some Tech 9s, P250, some armor. Be right back, gonna earn money riding a Minecraft quick. Dope, dope, dope. Just some upgraded pistols coming out from Sinister5. Not really much to speak about, but it is going to be the B rush that they are going to bring in. Lately, he's going to smoke towards front bathrooms. Try to fake a possible mid-take with the early smoke in the round that was thrown out by Deviant. But it is just going to be the B site that is going to be tested. The A players are playing back on the bomb sites. And there's the Astralis smokes thrown in. The site is going to be hit, destroyed. It's almost caught in transition, but he's able to catch Deviant full blind. As the players over towards short to try to press the issue. Tianki, but preemptively gets taken out. 0 chance rather. But it's just damage mitigation with the side of Energy. Lately he's able to catch 1 on a marauding destroyed. Now it's Lately left in 1v3. They're able to catch. He's able to catch Tianki. So now it's Lately in a 1v3 turned 1v2. No rifle for him to be retrieved. But as the old saying goes, the old Counter-Strike proverb, you don't see smokes, you see opportunities. Lately's just going to wait out this round. 20 seconds left, pretty much. Could actually catch Literal looking the wrong way. But Literal, he's got his eyes trained on heaven. Lately's able to catch Panda in transition, but he doesn't have the bomb in his hands, and Literal comes in with the trade. And a very important round posted on it for the side of energy, Sinister5 making it as expensive as possible. But in the long term, in the long run of things, energy, they're still able to get all the bells and whistles out. Same can be said about Sinister5. So we're looking at another full buy round coming out from both sides. Both sides have completely invested into this round. Panda's got that AWP. He's going to try activate towards ramp. This Lishort's just going to throw a flash for his retreat. Elusive? Oh, it's a server again. Their bands. Double bathroom setup coming out from Panda and Lichlord. Lichlord holding for the divide across, and Panda holding for the long bathroom swing. Mango seems to have an idea that the boost could come out, but Elusive's head is just out of vision for Mango. Sound is going to be heard from Destroyed, the player dropping. Literal's going to push the issues towards bathrooms. He's able to catch two. He's able to 180 and catch the third and drop the bomb, and now it's Elusive left in a 1v4. He can maybe catch Literal in transition, but Smoke is going to be dropped. He's going to choose to push through it. Now it's Elusive in a 1v5, turn 1v3, but Destroyed has the superior positioning, and 13-12 is the score. And it looks like the comeback masters on train were Sinister5, but Energy, they're putting in a fair fight of their own. $13-12, and just some deagles and a Tech 9 on lately means that Energy should theoretically post their 13th coming into this round, which means we're looking at an exciting closer to this best of 3 matchup. A nade into tunnels, a nade into lower tunnels rather. It's not going to get much done towards Elusive. He only falls 7 points of health, but it is still this 3-man B setup that Energy are rocking with this 2-man A setup. Panda AWPing over towards Dice with Literal jump spotting long. What happens for the winning team? The winning team books their spot in the top 4 Telkom VS Gaming Master Season 5 and a spot at Online Comic-Con, which will be played in 2 weekends' time, but that will be decided in the coming rounds as Panda's good for 2. He's able to readjust into the third over towards Longer, but the P250 cleans up the 4th. 13-13 is the score. And the round was as clean as Energy could have liked, besides the falling of Lichlord. But he's able to get dropped the rifle, which means there's not really much in the big scheme of things. If you're ecoing and you're trying to fight the other team, for those of you who don't know, 3 is the magic number in that regard, right? If you've got pistols and you're forcing 3 players in the enemy team to reinvest into next, that's big, because that means 3 players falling means that only 2 players can drop the rifles they purchased the previous round. So a decent round coming out from Sinister5. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get the bomb plant or those 3 frags that I just alluded to, but they are able to post up 5 AKs in this round, and Energy were able to post up their 13th. Oh, and once again, Zero Chance catches Mango over towards Toxic Barrels, which does mean this B side seems to be the port of call once again for Sinister5. Tianki's going to drop that smoke and try reposition after it. After the trajectory of the smoke already lets his position be known. Could be quite alienated over towards the right side of Monster there, especially if you don't have smoke, don't have a molly to buy time. You're pretty much in no man's land. Pretty much any flash blinds you and doesn't blind the T, so they pretty much get a free kill. So that's why Tianki, he's going to try to reposition, but at least fake that reposition. He's now back towards the right side of Monster. 4v5 in the mid round, as it does look like the B bomb side is going to be tested. But since the 5 are going to be walking into 3 players, the question is, can Energy's defense hold sound? Pushing in early as Slay, he's able to catch 1 in the entry, he's actually able to catch 2. He spotted out the 3rd, that is Destroyed over towards Pit. Destroyed's only good for 1, and Slayer's got a beautiful triple entry kill with the bomb in his back, doing everything that he can to ensure Sinister5 booking their spot in that top 4 spot. As Sinister5 are going to post the 14th, and all Panda can do is save. A great triple entry kill coming out from Slayer in that round. Four men staying alive for the most part for Sinister5. Panda being the only one to stay alive for Energy. Energy will be able to reinvest into the next round. Panda will be able to chop over an M4. The same can be said about Tianki into the next round. So Destroyed and Literal, they'll be able to catch themselves a full belt of utility. The question is, do Energy choose to do so? They are going to choose to do so. They don't want to concede that series point, that all-elusive 15 rounds on the board for Sinister5. If they post 60 and they book their spot at online Comic-Con, Panda's going to try to press the issue over towards those. We haven't seen this come out from him once, and that's exactly why Elusive is caught with a molly in his hand. Panda gets the opening kill of the round, but zero chance to try to bring it back into Sinister5's favor. Destroy tag to 49 points of health, but the man advantage is still in Energy Esports' hands. .4v5 in the mid round. It does look like once again Sinister5 are going to lean back towards his B hit. Once again, they're going to be walking into 3 Energy players. Not much use on the side of Energy to hold off some sort of hit. But a flash, no flash actually comes out. Flash actually comes very late. So Tianki peaked very early for that fight to take place, but there's still a player alienated towards Pit. The trade comes in from lately. And there's 3 players over towards Graffiti. Destroyed chimes in for 2 of his own with the FAMAS. Now it's Deviant left with 13 HP and a 1v2. His position is known. And the last 2 positions of the CTs is known as well. He's just going to stick the bomb plant. As creeping up are the 2 Energy players. Flash comes in and a peek follows. But Lichlord just faster on the trigger is he, as Energy post their 14th. And it looks like we're going the distance, 30 rounds being the least that we're going to see between these 2 sides. Exactly the sort of matchup we would want for that last spot that is up for grabs for the Telkom VS Masters Season 5 top 4 spot, which does coincide with online Comic-Con. Either of these teams will really want to get their hands on that spot, and we've seen both of them put in resolute performances in this map so far. 14-14 is the score. 30 rounds rather, is definitely what we're going to see between these 2 sides. So once again, it's just going to be this standard setup that Energy are rocking. 2 over towards A, Lichlord and Panda, and 3 over towards B, as Lately and Comrades are just going to take some map control over towards Long, as the CTs are going to try to press the issue over towards Monster. Actually, they're just going to choose to reposition. Mid control being taken by the side of Sinister5. No one home for Energy Esports. They still got those 2 players posted on the site. Actually, Lichlord, he's going to find himself over towards Dumpster. But Energy, they've already rotated an extra player up towards their bomb site. They've already got Destroyed playing over towards Long Cubby. So that means the B bomb side is weaker than previously mentioned, and we still see since the 5 take the B bomb side, even when there's 3 players alive, but they're playing one player over towards Graffiti and one player over towards Pit. As the B hit does come in, Mango's going to be tossed over towards Pit. He's got Deviant's going to be the first port to call. He's able to catch him out, but full blind. Looks like he may only be good for 1, but Yankee catches lately in transition. He's able to get 2 onto Slayer. And Zero Chance clears out Mango, but the trades are perfect coming out from Energy. Zero Chance now left, 19-20 in the game so far. Bomb has been planted, 1v2 situation. Once again, the Energy players, they're going to choose to stick together, not allow Zero Chance to reposition too much, but he's able to catch the first, but the dink goes the way of Zero Chance. He's able to upgrade to the other rifle with more bullets in hand, Lichtlord left. 1 bullet from the same 4 will mean that Zero Chance will lose the round. Lichtlord's going to press the issue, walking up towards the side, and he's able to readjust perfectly and post the 15th on the board for Energy Esports. And the question is, can Sinister5 take this to overtime, or are we looking at a 16-14 victory for the side of Energy Esports? All the bells and whistles are going to be on the side of Sinister5. They're going to be able to invest everything they could want. AWPs, AKs, full belts of utility. The same can't be said about Energy. I mean, they've got full belts of utility, yeah, full M4s and AWPs, yes, but they don't have that full belt of utility. Destroyed is even on a FAMAS. And Energy, they've just called their first tactical timeout of the half of the map, rather. TPK, I assume you're a Sin5 fan. Either of these teams are going to win. That's a fact, Lord Farquaad. So that's a big fact. Game's closed. Prawn Fox, do you think who are you rooting for? Sin5 or Energy in this one, huh? Pop a wheelie, okay. We can see who's all in the same Discord call right now, huh? Soul's definitely not there, so Soul's just joining in. Why not? Savage says Energy got this. I respect. The question is, I want to see a yes or a no in chat. Okay? Or a Y and an N. Are we seeing overtime? Yes or no right now? No. 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 Okay. Shadowcrawler says Sin5, so Shadowcrawler wants to see overtime. Question is, are we going to see overtime? Energy, they're going to try fall back on this resolute B defense as 3 players coincide there. Once again, we believe in Rat. What team am I going for? I'm not going for either team, bro. I'm just looking for some exciting Counter-Strike, you know? Crispy Bacon says no. Big yes. Now the yeses are coming through. So we're a bit split down the middle whether we're going to see overtime or not, but see what happens. Thin utility belts of Energy have already been expended for the most part. Only 2 smokes on the side of Tianki and Lichtlord, a molly on the side of Panda, and flashbangs throughout the server, but question is how they're going to choose to activate. There's this double bathroom set up once again. Lichtlord holding the divide across, and Panda's posted on the corner, but Panda's caught looking the wrong way. Deviant's able to get a perfect double entry. He's actually dinked by his teammate. As the bomb's going to be planted in the air bomb side, does look like we're going into overtime. 3v5 retake, especially when there's only 2 flashes. No kit, no smoke for the bomb. A flash to the smoke is going to be coming out. Destroyed's going to try to press the issue, but the flash isn't good enough. Zero Chance, not blind at all, but Mango's going to be able to catch him out. Now it's a 3v4 retake. Slayer going to be the port of call for Sin5 as he's good for 2. Elusive chimes in for 1. 15-15 is the score. And now it's first to 19 wins. It's exactly what we needed, you know. 3rd map decider. We won it overtime. That's what we all needed. Both teams taking their respective map picks. Overpass, as we know, is a mainstay for pretty much both Sinister5 and Energy Esports. So, I mean, it's exactly what we needed. Both going the distance, 30 rounds. Now we're seeing some more, possibly 36. The magic number is 19. If you get to 19, you book your spot in the top 4 and a place at Online Comic-Con. It is MR3 10k, which is something to keep in mind. I'm more a fan of the 10k than the 16k setting. Usually 16k, you're not really punished for misplays, for not saving and stuff like that. You can pretty much buy an AWP into every round. Whereas with MR3 10k, you are punished for not choosing to save weapons when you should and stuff like that. It makes it a bit more like regulation instead of a bit more like balls to the wall in that regard. 16k, you can literally retake whatever bomb site. You can buy an AWP every round if you want to do so. But 10k seems to be a bit more where I prefer to have things go. Obviously, a 16k, you can have quadruple OTs because you don't really feel the effect if you're T or CT. You lost the round. But it does look like A smokes have been thrown in. A smoke towards Long, as well as one towards Damster. But Lichtlord, he's going to be good for 1. He's actually going to be good for 2. A repositioning. He gets the dink over towards Lately. Destroyed comes in for 2 of his own. Now 0 chance with 28 points of health. Trying to wrestle back this 1v3. Destroyed's position is known. He's able to catch Destroyed, and he's going to try press the issue towards Bank, but Molly has dropped over towards default. 0 chance, still going to try to stick the bomb plant, but this flank from Tianqi will spell 0 chance's demise as Energy posts the first round of overtime. 16k is the way. Tools, you think so? I mean, like, look, I definitely think, like, there's arguments for both sides. I mean, it's overtime, so technically each team need to have as much a chance of winning out the game as possible. So that's the argument for 16k. But I'm more a fan of the 10k sort of hype train where you can't double up every round as a CT because you will run out of money. So it is something to keep in mind. It's a bit more like a regulation in that regard. So I'm more a fan of the 10k, but I think it's just a differing in opinion. Panda's going to try for an aggressive peek towards short, but he's actually going to choose not to. Let's go Energy. This looks like my MM I played earlier. Interesting. Respect. Scary Movie 2 wheelchair scene. Okay, respect. Just been pretty much a slow mid round coming out from both sides. Energy, they do have a 3-man A setup with a player aggro towards Long. He's actually going to be pushing for info. But lately, he's got Lichtlord's number, but lately sleeping at the wheel. Both players trade blows. It's actually Lichtlord that finds himself better off. The B fake is going to be thrown in by Deviant. He's going to throw in a smoke, and he's also going to commit alongside that. But the A hit is going to be the one that is going to be tasked. Lichtlord towards the back of towards Long. He going uncleared. He's good for a couple, but he's only good for 1. Deviant with this late B take. He's good for 1 or 2 Tianqi. Now it's Mango and Panda left in a 2v3 retake. Smoke towards Bank comes in from Slayer. But Panda, I assume he's just going to push through it. He's given out the sound cue of his position. But Mango, he's going to take the fight straight on towards Bathroom. He spotted out the last 2 players, but Slayer wins out that gunfight and wins out the one that follows. Slayer gets 2 in the round. Slayer's going absolutely massive in that round. He finds himself 21 for 21 in the server. Lately, he finds himself 23 for 23. Pretty much everyone on the side of Sinister5, besides that of 0 chance, are positive. The same can't be said about Energy, but the big thing is that everyone's pulling their weight. No one's having to pick up anyone's slack in that regard. I mean, Lichtlord, he's found himself 27 and 20, and Panda's on 20 and 25, but he can still activate, especially with the AWP rounds, like so, holding aggressive angles. He takes out Lately. Man advantage going the way of Energy Esports early in round 33. Try to get more done, and a beautiful flick over towards Slayer means that that's his 2nd kill of the round, and Panda's showing up in overtime. Every kill in overtime is an impact frag, but Lichtlord looking the wrong way, and Deviant dropping Panda means that that's the A bomb site for the taking, but Destroyed, he's rotated up. Elusive playing up close personal with the AWP. He takes out destroyed, but receiving a dink in the meantime. He's tagged down to 1 point of health. And a fast retake comes out. Mango flashed in. He's able to almost catch Slayer, Zero Chance rather, in rotation. But it's still elusive over towards Long. 1 point of health. He's still able to catch Tianki out. Now to Mango. 1v3 rather, turned 1v2, but it's again elusive. 1 point of health. Holding as aggressive of an angle as you could like. He takes Mango's head off. And Elusive and the boys go into the second half of Overpass overtime with a round advantage. 19 is the magic number once again. For those of you who don't know, 19 is what both of these teams are gunning for. Second half is coming out. 5 AKs on the side of Energy. Slayer has purchased up that AWP. As there's going to be 3 players taking... There's going to be 3 players from both sides over towards middle. Trying to fight out these early engagements. Tianki's going to try to push the issue. He's actually going to catch Slayer, no man's land, but Mango takes out Zero Chance. Zero Chance comes in with the trade over towards Tianki. Slayer really sticking around way too long in the middle there. But lately he's going to try to get something done with the SEM4 over towards Divider. He's got to fight himself out of this. He doesn't really have a way in which he can retreat. No util on him. He's just got to stick around and fight himself out of this rut that he finds himself in. But Elusive has rotated up. He's going to help him out with that flashbang, which is going to allow Lately to actually get a bit more aggressive. But he's just going to fall back. He just used that flash for some info. As Deviants has pushed short tunnel, he's gathered info of his own. He's holding for this monster cross, which means B bomb side is pretty much under lock and key, unless Deviant chooses to fall rather. 4v3 destroyed if Lately goes unchecked. He's good for 1. That's the bomb dropped. Lately, he's actually good for 2. He doubles down on towards Lichstraw. Panda takes down Elusive in the meantime. Now Mango has to activate towards Long. Both players' positions are known from the CTs. Lately, he has found himself in a good reposition over towards Bathroom, and he's going to try to push the issue over towards Mango. And Lately has an absolutely massive round in the 4th round of overtime number 1. Lately going absolutely massive, attempting to book Sinister5's spot in Comic-Con, online Comic-Con. Obviously, the winner of this game will be playing Dynamic on the 25th of September in the lower bracket semi-final. And that's some juice that we got up for grabs, you know? Some exciting stuff. ATK and Goliath, they've obviously already booked their spot. We all know what that means. But ATK and Goliath, they've already booked their spot in the upper bracket final. Winner of that purchases themselves 7k. So going into this, the winner of this does play the aforementioned Dynamic, and seems to be like there's another rematch on the card. Sinister5 against Dynamic, the juice. We've already seen it once prior to these later stages of the tournament. But it is going to be Energy trying to push the issue over towards A. 2 players towards lowers and 3 players over towards long. As the A bomb side is going to be hit. But there's 3 players here. Zero Chance is on the bomb site. And there is a double bathroom setup, which does mean that Energy are going to be walking into 3 players. And another one is rotating in the meantime. Actually cancel that just as I say that Elusive's going to go back towards B. But there is 3 players creeping up long. As the dumpster smoke does come in, smoke in response from Zero Chance. Lately takes down Destroyed, which allows for the hit to come in. Zero Chance is only good for dicky down Panda to 3 points of health. But Slayer, he's good for one of his own, but he's going to get pressure by Panda. Now it's a 2v3 retake. But unbeknownst to Tianki Elusive, he's pushed up close and personal. Now it's Panda and Mango left in a 2v1. Mango's just going to stick the bomb plant. Deviant's going to push the issue. Bit of a duck and weave, but Deviant wins out the gunfight, and 19-16 is the score, and Sinister5 book their spot. They will be facing Dynamic on the 25th of September. You know, that's all the juice we need. easy peasy for Sinister5. They close out that matchup, and Sinister5, they book their spot at Comic-Con Online. That starts at the 26th of September. They'll be joined alongside the likes of ATK Goliath, where they will be fighting for their stake at the 210,000 Rand prize pool. But for the most part, they're going to be joining ATK and Goliath. Those are the two favorites running into these. But Sinister5 definitely one to be in the mix. But yeah, I mean, we got ATK, we got Goliath, we've got Sinister5, we've got Dynamic. Those being the top four, those being the four teams rather that book them place at the online Comic-Con, and we'll catch you guys once again at the 25th of September for the Juice. That is online Comic-Con. My name is Nick. I was joined shortly by Hayes, and we'll catch you guys over on the flip side on the 25th of September. Catch you guys then.